Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Steel City Sports Report, where we talk everything Steelers, Penguins, and once again, your Pittsburgh Pirates. I am your host, Brady Vini, back here again for another Pittsburgh Pirates game day live stream. But this time around, a little bit of a different vibe to it, little bit of a different buzz, because this may be, no sort of joke here, the biggest regular season game, the most highly anticipated regular season game ever played at PNC Park. Not only is it because the Pittsburgh Pirates are actually trying to field a competitive baseball team with all the additions that they made this past offseason, not only is it because they are coming off of a couple of impressive dominating wins against the Cincinnati Reds, not only because it is the home opener, but also because, ladies and gentlemen, we get to witness the debut of potentially the next Pirate all-time great, the number one prospect in all of baseball. Konnor Griffin will make his major league debut here today. He is in the starting lineup. We'll get more into Konnor Griffin here in a few moments, but first, want to take a moment here. Pirates home opener, introductions going on here on the screen to my right. We're going to take a brief moment here in a minute to watch these pregame introductions for the playoffs, watch the starting lineup get read out, because I am sure Konnor Griffin and the whole lot of them are going to get some massive pops at this sold-out, max capacity PNC Park here today. A beautiful day for the Pittsburgh Pirates, a beautiful day for baseball, and the beginnings of a new era, hopefully winning era in Pirates baseball, with the Skeens and Griffin era officially underway. With that, going to turn here to my right just for a moment. We'll talk about Konnor Griffin here in a moment. We'll get into the starting lineups and all of that as well. They're going through the position coaches right now. There is Tony Beasley, the third base coach. He has quickly developed into a fan favorite coach. 6 of you in here right now already for this opening day at PNC Park, the home opener for the Pittsburgh Pirates. On your way in, please hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here on the Steel City Sports Report. Again, like this live stream, share this live stream in the comments section right now. Please leave your thoughts, questions, and opinions that you may have for today's ball game. I am very, very excited to watch this ball game, react live along with you folks. I hope you let your voices be heard in the comment section as well. Be sure to go give the channel a follow at Steel City SR on Facebook, Instagram, and X as well. There's a look at some of the bullpen coaches. There's Chris Truby, one of the new coaches to Donnie Kelly's staff, was the former AAA Indianapolis manager. He and Konnor Griffin, they just missed out on intersecting with each other at the AAA level. Now they'll meet with for the first time at the major league level. There's Nick Gonzalez getting a big pop as he gets introduced to the crowd. Gonzalez off to a hot start this year. Not in the starting lineup today, however. He's been learning to play some third base, but he has been raking with the bat, to say the least, to begin the season. Jake Mangum. And there is the reigning NL Cy Young Award winner, Paul Skeens, getting introduced, standing next to Jake Mangum, who's becoming a fan favorite. Skeens off to a 1-1 start this season. An opening day loss to the New York Mets, but then back to normal Skeens dominating stuff, I would say, a few nights ago against the Cincinnati Reds. There's a look at some of the other pitchers. Gregory Soto, who is new to the team. I believe Soto's a former Baltimore Oriole. Braxton Ashcraft, Bubba Chandler, 2 men who are going to be a part of this Pirates rotation for years to come. There's Nick York, Hunter Barco. There's Mason Montgomery, left-handed flamethrower out of the bullpen. Johan Ramirez as well, working out of the bullpen. Look there at Carmen Majinski. Wonder if he's going to stay in the starting rotation to begin the season. if that's going to be something that sticks or if he will go back to that bulk relief role. Dennis Santana, Bucco's closer. There's Justin Lawrence, Jose Urquidy as well. The Tourniquet, excellent nickname for a relief pitcher to stop the bleeding. The Tourniquet, Isaac Matson getting introduced here. And now here is the starting lineup, ladies and gentlemen, for your Pittsburgh Pirates. The first opening day as the manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates for one Donnie Kelly. He might get one of the bigger pops here, aside from, Konnor Griffin and Oneil Cruz, Brian Reynolds and such. Donnie Kelly really embodying the city of Pittsburgh. From Pittsburgh, really wants to bring winning baseball back to the Steel City. He, the catalyst of energy and determination to win for this Pittsburgh Pirates ball club. There's your leadoff hitter today, back in the leadoff spot after a few games batting in the middle of the order. Oneil Cruz out in center field again. He will lead off. Batting second, it will be the second baseman, Brandon Lau. He may be the best of the offseason acquisitions so far. 3 home runs, I believe, in his Pirates career already. All 3 of those in the first series of the season against the Mets. Batting third today, there's the left fielder, Brian Reynolds. Reynolds, bit of a slow start in the Mets series, but he really picked it up in that Red series, was one of the hottest batters in the Bucks lineup. Here's maybe the guy that you would hope next has a massive breakout with the bat, Marcell Ozuna. Still early, a little bit slow to start the year with the bat, but he can pick it up at a moment's notice. Ryan O'Hearn, the other of the big free agent bats acquired via free agency. He and Ozuna batting back-to-back 4th and 5th. Here's first baseman Spencer Horwitz in the starting lineup tonight, waiting for him to get a little bit more consistent with the bat. And I'm going to pause my talking here and react to just enjoy Konnor Griffin's introduction here. How could you not smile like a butcher's dog? Standing ovation for Konnor Griffin in his big league debut. Wearing number 6, family in the suites. A new era in Pirates baseball indeed is upon us. Unreal. It's real life. It's not AI. It's not a dream. It's real. It's real. Konnor Griffin, Paul Skeens on the same baseball field. Opening day for the Pirates. Soak it in, ladies and gentlemen. Soak it in here. Jared Triolo, the starting third baseman today, just getting introduced right there. Hank Davis, one of the best catchers, maybe the best. Well, we might just scratch off one of the best. He may be the best catcher defensive-wise in Major League Baseball right now. Henry Davis, he bats 9th. Mitch Keller will be on the bump here this afternoon. Another of, I think, quite a handful of home opener starts for Mitch Keller. He pitching second after Skeens in the rotation. It's his turn, and I'm sure the fans going to get to enjoy some Money Mitch one more time. That was fun right there, watching the opening day lineups being read out, seeing the players take the field. What also will be fun, ladies and gentlemen, watching the actual game unfold and the Konnor Griffin era officially beginning. Back to the pregame notes, said that it wasn't, just the most highly anticipated Pirates regular season game of all time, not just because it's the home opener. This team has new high expectations. It is because Konnor Griffin will make his major league debut here tonight. About 28 hours ago, something like that, the Pirates posted the video, pretty much putting the bat signal in the sky. Konnor Griffin getting called up to the major leagues at just 19 years old, and he will debut today against the Baltimore Orioles. Griffin, his minor league baseball career ends at just 127 games across all 4 levels of the minor league system. In those 127 games, a .336 batting average for Griffin, 51 extra base hits, 95 RBIs, and 68 stolen bases. An absolute speed demon. Did not make the team out of spring training, even though it was, a fair shot given to him that he could make the opening day roster. Just came up just short. Needed to fine tune a little bit of things, draw some more walks, strike out a little bit less. Apparently showed a lot in those 5 games, just 5 games. You can count them all on one hand. Games that he played at AAA to start this season. In those games, a .438 batting average, 3 doubles, 1 RBI, a on-base percentage of .571. So yeah, I think reading those numbers, Konnor Griffin is ready. Griffin at PNC Park a little bit early. Today. Got to introduce himself in an introductory press conference. He said, quote, "I was sitting here about a year and a half ago, 2 years after I got drafted, and was talking about how cool it would be to play on this field. And now it's here. The era of Konnor Griffin is about to begin." This quote here I especially love. "Today, the first day of trying to carve out a legacy that I want to build." Griffin indeed does have the potential to carve out an all-time baseball legacy, let alone a Pittsburgh Pirates legendary legacy. Griffin making a little bit of history here today. He now joins 20 other players already from the 2024 Major League Baseball draft to reach the majors. He will become the youngest player to debut as a starting shortstop since Alex Rodriguez in 1994. Griffin will be one of 9 teenage position players in the 21st century. He joins Wilson Betemit, Jose Reyes, Melvin Upton Jr., Justin Upton, Mike Trout, Jurickson Profar, and then the 2 most recent with the Washington Nationals, Bryce Harper and Juan Soto. Griffin also, according to Sarah Langs, just tons and tons of history being made here by this teenager. The first teenage position player to debut within a team's first 7 games of the season since 1999, Adrian Beltre, and he'll be the youngest position player in a game within the team's first 7 games of a season since Andrew Jones in 1997. That is very, very lofty company for one Konnor Griffin to put himself in. He will be the first Pirate teenager to make his debut with the Bucks since Aramis Ramirez in 1998. So elite company being Griffin put in here. And it goes with all the comparisons, quite honestly, that Griffin has got, for a little while now. He's been talked about as the next Bobby Witt Jr., getting comparisons to Ronald Acuna Jr. with the bat. He's been talked about as a Willie Mays, but he plays shortstop. If Griffin even becomes 3/4, I would say, half would be a little bit disappointing given all the hype, but if Griffin is somewhere, around 3/4 of the potential it is said for him, then he will be a catalyst of hopefully getting the Pittsburgh Pirates back to the postseason. And speaking of getting back to the postseason, Griffin might have a little bit more time to do that with the Pirates than what we initially may expect. It's not official yet, but per a report from ESPN's Buster Olney yesterday evening, Griffin and the Pirates, they are working on finalizing a 9-year, $140 million deal. An extension between the Bucks and Griffin has been talked about, negotiated, in the works for quite some time now, pretty much all through spring training. And now a week into the season, that deal is very, very close to getting across the goal line. President of the Pirates, Travis Williams, he did not directly confirm that the deal is being finalized yet. He said, "I'm not going to speak to that. We'd love to be able to extend Konnor and keep him here for a long time. I know our fans would love that." So keeping it tight to the vest is Travis Williams and pretty much everybody else right now. There is a bit of a reason why it is delayed. The Pirates, by promoting Griffin, and should they keep Griffin in the major leagues for the rest of the season, the Pirates will be awarded a prospect promotion incentive draft pick. And I think to get that draft pick, they also have to wait until Griffin officially accrues 1 game of service time in the major leagues. So we could be seeing a Konnor Griffin extension get across the finish line here before we even get off the live stream here tonight. Griffin might, as soon as this game is done, walk down the steps to the clubhouse, and the contract, Bob Nutting will be sitting there, will be standing there along with Travis Williams and Ben Cherington holding that contract. Griffin might sign it before he even takes his cleats off here today. So we are looking ahead to a Konnor Griffin extension being finalized here within the coming hours, maybe even at most days. Griffin, should he sign this contract, he will become the highest paid player to not yet play in an MLB game. That comes just 2 days after Colt Emerson of the Seattle Mariners signed an extension. And Griffin also, this $140 million 9-year deal, it would be the biggest contract in Pirates history, passing that of Brian Reynolds from a handful of years to go. Could still, the contract be in the 8 years, $130 million range. It could be somewhere in the 9-year, $140 million range. We'll get an official number eventually here, but indeed exciting times are ahead here for the Bucks. Konnor Griffin, I think he thinks that this deal is going to get done and it's going to get signed very, very soon. His quote today from his press conference, all I'm going to say is I want to be a Pirate for a long time. This is a special place and I'm happy to be here. Well, Konnor, us Pirates fans, we are very, very happy to have you. And it's a win-win for the contract. Pirates lock up a MVP potential caliber player for damn near a decade. And Konnor Griffin, he already, before turning the age of 20, gets to set up his family with generations to come of wealth. And also they put his banner up on the outside of the stadium. So I'd like to think Griffin is going to be staying here for a little while. The complimentary moves to get Griffin on the big league roster. Billy Cook, he'll be getting sent down to the minor leagues. The Pirates lose their hoister of the cone. That's all right, Billy. I'll pick up for you. We got the new handy-dandy addition here to the office today. We do have our own cone that will be hoisted here on stream today, assuming that a big home run gets hit. So hoist the cone, all that good stuff. Billy Cook, I'll pick up where you left off. Emmanuel Valdez, not Esmeralyn Valdez. He was designated for assignment from the 40-man roster. Still expect him to be remaining with the organization down in AAA. But the Konnor Griffin era officially about to begin. Everybody is excited about that. And for as sky high, even beyond that, expectations we have for Konnor Griffin, let's just remember a little bit here. Still is a 19-year-old kid. It's going to take some, growing a little bit to reach his full potential. Let's not bash the kid too hard, all sorts of that. Let's instead today just celebrate. No matter what the outcome of this home opener is today, Konnor Griffin is here. Paul Skeens is here. The Pirates have their most loaded and competitive roster since they were playing in those wild card series back in the mid-2010s. It's a new era of Pirates baseball. Some would say a golden age. Let's just sit back and enjoy it here, and especially enjoy today, this home opener. It is going to be very, very fun to watch and a spectacle, and I can't wait for Konnor Griffin to take his first plate appearance in this one here today. On to the game itself, kind of crazy. We've gone this far without talking about the actual matchup itself. The Pirates versus the Baltimore Orioles. Into the Orioles lineup here for a second. They kind of like the Pirates, but also kind of not. They have been to the postseason more recently in the Pirates and have been overall a more successful franchise in my conscious lifetime. But they, just like the Bucks, made some additions, some big ones this offseason to their lineup, a few additions to their pitching staff as well. They're looking to get back to the postseason after a disappointing year last season. The starting lineup for the Orioles today. This name should sound familiar for Pittsburgh Pirates fans. Taylor Ward will be their leadoff man in left field. Ward, the former outfielder for the LA Angels. He got dealt to Baltimore after the Pirates were rumored to be in on him for a little over a year. Gunnar Henderson, their star shortstop, a guy who Konnor Griffin, you will hope his career emulates. He will bat second and play at shortstop as Griffin heads off the field and goes into the Bucs dugout right now. Cameras are going to be on him all day, so get used to it. Pete Alonso, yes, from the New York Mets, now with the Baltimore Orioles. He will bat third and play first base. The polar bear, the multi-time home run derby champion. He signed a lucrative 2-year deal with the Orioles, or it might have been 5 years. I can't remember. But Alonso signing a deal with the Orioles. He is now there. Batting cleanup catcher, Adley Rutschman, one of the best catchers in all of baseball. Samuel Basallo, another catcher. He will designated hit today behind Rutschman, batting fifth. And then you got, I believe, Dylan Beavers in right field, batting sixth. I think that is Jeremiah Jackson at second base. No Jackson Holiday for the Orioles. I believe he is going to be out for a little bit with an injury. Colton Cowser out in center field and Blaze Alexander at third base. Kyle Bradish, who's been a longtime Oriole, he will start pitching here today for the O's. But you see already in the lineup right there the additions that they've made. They've also made a couple additions to the pitching staff, two of which I think the Pirates will see in this series in Shane Baugh's former Pirate prospect and Chris Bassett, who is a former Toronto Blue Jay. Onto the Bucs lineup, like we just saw a moment ago. O'Neal Cruz in center, leading off again. Brandon Lau bats second. He moves back up into that spot as well, swapping places with Ryan O'Hearn in the lineup. Reynolds in left. Ozuna, the designated hitter, 3 and 4 hitters. Those guys have been pretty much cemented to those spots in the lineups. Ryan O'Hearn in right field, bats fifth. Spencer Horwitz at first base, batting sixth. Konnor Griffin, for now, batting seventh and playing shortstop. Griffin, the way he profiles as a player, you'd like to think he is going to be your picture-perfect leadoff hitter someday. But hey, 19-year-old major league debut, I don't blame them batting him down in the order a little bit, taking at least a little bit of pressure off of him here today. Jared Triolo at third base, getting a start back at his normal position over Nick Gonzalez. He'll bat eighth, and Henry Davis catches and bats ninth. Mitch Keller on the bump here today for the Bucs. It'll be his second start of the season. Keller in his first start of the year. No decision in game 2 of the season against the New York Mets. He went 6 innings and I think struck out 6 as well. So looking forward to another innings-eating Mitch Keller start here today. Look at Konnor Griffin there in the dugout. First pitch, a matter of moments away. Very energetic crowd there at PNC Park. Most of which, not entirely, it's mostly a blackout. Greg Brown, Pirates play-by-play man, called for a blackout. I, took the invitation for the special dress-up occasion and went with the all-black look here today. Pirates fans can actually bring cones into the stadium per Pirate President Travis Williams. There, I'll hoist the cone again right there as Konnor Griffin trots out to shortstop to begin his big league career. And also, cool addition here to the Pirates field today. Out in center field, they have designed into the grass the Pirate P logo. They also have out there Maz, M-A-Z, out there just below the logo to honor Bill Mazeroski. It's sort of right on the lip of the outfield grass, shaded towards the second base side, where Mazeroski played his entire career. One of the best second basemen in Major League Baseball history. Mazeroski very, very much missed, passing away over the winter. Looking forward to the Pirates honoring Mazeroski's legacy here this season. They got the number 9 patches on their jersey sleeves. So here's to Maz, and hopefully the Bucs able to get a win for him today on opening day. With that, Orioles lineup being popped up right now. They've got a 62.5% hard hit rate through their lineup to begin the season. Also, the Pirates, looking at their lineup, mentioned the much improved Buccos lineup. The Pirates right now tied for the league lead in home runs offensively. Imagine that. to start the season, that the Pirates would be near the top in home runs after seeing the offensive output that squad had, this team had last year. To the comment section here as Taylor Ward's about to step in for the first pitch of the ball game. Concepts in here. What is going on here? Concepts, SCSR dad as well. Let's go Bucks and F the Orioles. Big Baltimore haters here on this channel. That stretches from football to baseball. Mitch Keller winds, delivers, and the first pitch at home for the 2026 Pittsburgh Pirates season is in there for a strike. Keller now pitch number 2 working quick. That ball just outside. Sweeping breaking ball there. Looked tempting, but Ward held off. Ward a .228 batting average last year with the Angels. 1-1 from Keller in there for strike number 2 at the knees. Keller working quickly right now. Looking to get a quick first out here to begin the season at PNC Park. Keller, the 1-2, another sweeper, 84 mile an hour, would not bite, was Taylor Ward. Keller, wonder what sort of juice he is getting right now. The longest tenured Pirate on staff now that Andrew McCutchen has departed. Keller, another sweeper, check swing from Taylor Ward, but he held off. That was mighty, mighty close there. But the count now runs full here to 3-2. Very close, just held up. Wrists did not break the plane. The 3-2 from Keller, and it is an opening walk. Pitch was just above the zone from Keller. Got up early on Ward there in a 1-2 count, but Ward ends up drawing the walk and a base runner for the Orioles to begin the ball game. Now Gunnar Henderson steps in, fresh off representing Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. Got my Paul Skeens Team USA jersey right behind me here. Going to be wearing that at PNC Park a time or two this season. Gunnar Henderson now steps in, .274 average last year with 17 home runs, just a .160 batting average to begin this season. Mitch Keller, 1-0 pitch, swung over top of by Henderson. Nasty 89 mile an hour changeup for Money Mitch. Got Henderson to take a big hack. Came up empty. Ward takes his lead at first. Keller to the stretch and delivers another changeup. This one was down and away, though, laid off. Count now to 2-1. Going to be tough to turn a double play here. Henderson, pretty fast guy, and out of the left-handed batter's box, would be tough to get a double play unless it's a hard hit ball right at someone. Keller delivers outside, 3-1. Mitch at risk here of putting himself in a tight spot. The real sticky situation to put 2 on with Pete Alonso coming up to the plate. 3-1. But Keller first is going to check on the runner. Ward at first. Back in standing. Horwitz over there making the catch. I think it's really underrated Spencer Horwitz and his defensive capabilities. Good defender over there at first. 3-1 now from Keller, the pitch. And Henderson drives this one to right field, and it is right at Ryan O'Hearn, who makes a loud out number 1. And Ryan O'Hearn, he just had my heart skip a beat there for half a second. Not his primary position, right field there for Ryan O'Hearn. Primarily a first baseman, but with Spencer Horwitz, O'Hearn plays out in right field. He's going to be doing that quite a bit this season. Took a step in on that ball and ended up having to do a little bunny hop, appropriate for Easter coming up on Sunday. Took a little bunny hop there to make that catch. Now here is Pete Alonso. Big power bat, maybe one of the biggest power right-handed hitters in all of Major League Baseball. 38 home runs last year with the Mets. Definitely a guy who's guaranteed to hit over 30 homers a year on a year-to-year basis. Already off to a .304 batting average this season, but Mitch Keller up quickly here, 0-2, dropping in a couple of off-speed pitches. So now Keller here, maybe taking a body blow there with the walk to begin the inning, trying to deliver a couple of punches back. 0-2. Keller delivers, and that one's low. No bite from Alonso. Count now to 1-2. This will be Keller's 15th pitch of the season, or of the of the start here. Pete Alonso in his career against Mitch Keller, just 1 for 15. That is crazy. Keller finds some success, and Alonso gets rung up on strikes. I was about here to tap my head myself for the ABS challenge. That pitch right on the outside part of the strike zone, and the home plate umpire was very delayed in calling that a strikeout. The crowd had a delayed reaction as well. I thought we were about to get hosed on that call. I'm like, tap, please, ABS challenge. Adley Rutschman now in the number 4 hitter. It's going to be a weak ground ball to Konnor Griffin, and he will make his first fielding play of his career. He'll step on second for the force out. Mitch Keller issues a opening walk of the ball game, but then fly out, strikeout, and a weak ground ball right at Konnor Griffin. Clean 1,000 fielding percentage for Griffin to begin his big league career. 6 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream home opener for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It is jam-packed down there on the North Shore in Pittsburgh, and I said it on here before. I'll say it again. Maybe the most action-filled in terms of sporting event month in the city of Pittsburgh's history. You got the Pittsburgh Pirates right now. High expectations. Home opener today. You got Konnor Griffin, the most must-see prospect in baseball now at the club. You got Paul Skeens. That ballpark, it's going to be more full than it is empty throughout the summer, assuming everything goes well. Here coming up in a few weeks. They lost last night. I'm sure at some break in the action here today, we'll talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins just for a commercial break in the game they had last night. But the Pens, I did say the Penguins, right? I didn't say the Pirates. The Penguins lost last night. We'll get to them in a little bit. But the Pens, they're most likely going to head back to the playoffs here. That means playoff games back at PPG Paints Arena. And also there's this thing called the NFL Draft that the North Shore is going to be buzzing with here in a few weeks. They've already got construction of the NFL Draft stage currently going on outside Acrisure Stadium. And, it just gets bigger and bigger every day, this operation. About 700,000 people going to be in Pittsburgh coming up here in a few weeks. So it is going to be a massive month of sports here in the city of Pittsburgh. Back from commercial break. The Pirates' first chances with the Bats at home this season officially underway. Oneil Cruz, the leadoff hitter, swinging through a rising strike above the zone. Kyle Bradish lost his first start of the season, went 4 2/3 innings pitched, struck out 4. Cruz back in the leadoff spot here today. Likes the leadoff spot, does Oneil. We'll see if he is going to stick at that top spot in the lineup for the season, because Konnor Griffin might be giving him a run for his money here soon enough. 1-1 after the ball, now 2-1. Big looping curveball there from Bradish was inside. 2-1 here on Cruz. Bradish pitching from the stretch, not going through a full windup. That is pretty interesting for a starting pitcher. Cruz fouled that one away off to the right side. 2-2. Tons of black and gold in the seats with a mix of Baltimore orange. Maybe it's the orange of some cones getting brought in. Please, Oneil, give me a reason to raise this cone here today. Hoist the cone. A misprint from Fanatics turning into a connecting point between fans and the Pirates. Oneil Cruz swinging and missing on that looping breaking ball there. Again from Cruz, again from Bradish. So 1 out here for the Orioles. Cruz down on strikes. Now here's Brandon Lau stepping in, second baseman for the Bucks. Tell you what, a big power hitter is Lau, but for a lean 5'10" frame, you wouldn't expect it from Lau. Last year with the Tampa Bay Rays before the Bucks acquired him, 256 batting average, a 785 OPS, and 31 home runs. That led all second basemen in home runs last season. Now he's looking to do similar things here with the black and gold. Bradish here. Lau drills this one down the right field line, and it is down all the way to the Clemente wall. Brandon Lau chugging for second, and he slides in there. A little bit of an overslide, but that is a great start for Brandon Lau at home. A double for the second baseman, and now a runner in scoring position already for the Bucks with Reynolds due up. Beavers, the right fielder, over to get it, could not get the ball back in time. Lau, his second double of the season, puts himself in scoring position, the 31-year-old. And now to Brian Reynolds. Slow start to the season, like I mentioned earlier, picking it up with the stick in that Cincinnati Reds series. 1-0, sees that backdoor breaking ball not clip anything. Reynolds, 73 RBIs last year, hoping to pick up one right here. Bradish from the stretch, the pitch to Reynolds, and that pitch just in there at the knees, and this is going to be close. Reynolds is challenging. Brian Reynolds went to the ABS Challenge. First look at this in PNC Park. It was close, and it's a strike. It indeed did clip the bottom of the zone, and that is a rough start with the ABS challenges today for the Pirates. 2 ABS challenges per team in a given game. Also, you get to retain your challenge if you are correct. But Reynolds wrong there. The Bucks now just 1 ABS system challenge for the rest of these initial 9 innings. Fouled off that last pitch to make it 1-2. B-Ray here. Work his way out of a spot here. 1-2. Lau. Pretty decent lead at second. Pitch from Bradish. Reynolds swing, but he held up. Was called no swing by the third base umpire. Reynolds close to a check swing, and that one might actually have been closer than Gunnar Henderson, or who is it, Taylor Ward's in the top of the first, but still held up. Reynolds now strike called on Reynolds, strike 3. He goes, or no, they called that a ball. Did they call that a ball? Oh my goodness. Sorry, we were paying attention there. Throw down to second by Adley Rutschman after the pitch. Lau went diving back into second safely. And because of maybe Rutschman going for the pickoff move, or no, they did call it a strikeout. All right, Reynolds back to the dugout. Marcell Ozuna now up. They popped up the 3-2 count there on the score bug here for Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Like they called it a ball, but Reynolds indeed did go down looking. Another pickoff move on Lau there a second ago. Lau back in sliding safely. Here's Ozuna now. I believe he has just 1 hit so far this season, and there's a big looping swing at that breaking ball for 0-1. Ozuna still putting him in the cleanup spot here in this Bucks lineup. Manager Donnie Kelly showing tons of faith in Ozuna and the power he provides with the bat. Just got to make the contact, and that pitch up and in on Ozuna. Able to tuck his shoulder in a little bit to avoid getting clipped. Now count is at 1-1. Ozuna last year with the Atlanta Braves, .232 average, 21 home runs, and that was considered a down year for Ozuna. Before that was pushing near 30 and 40 home runs, but down year for him last year. Still, a down season for Ozuna. Would have been among the best for the Pirates batters last year. 1-2 now on Ozuna. Another swing with no contact on a breaking ball. Here's the 1-2. Bradish looking to get out of the inning here. And that breaking ball, Ozuna, same thing. This time he held off on it. Count now to even at 2-2. Bradish shaking off the pitch. Comes set. Lau takes the lead. Might go. Does not. Another sweeper. Slider down and away. Ozuna holding off. Count now to 3-2. Ozuna maybe trying to get on base here. Draw a walk. Get Ryan O'Hearn up to the plate with 2 on. Bradish set. Ozuna awaits the pitch in there at the knees. Strike 3. Maybe Ozuna, not sure what he was waiting for. Maybe was expecting again a slider. That at-bat was pretty much all sliders thrown by Bradish, but he sneaks the fastball in there at the knees for strike 3 looking. That'll do it. 3 strikeouts, 3 Ks in the inning for Kyle Bradish with a Brandon Lau double mixed in there. They leave him at second. On to the second inning here between the Pirates and the Orioles. Gonna real quick take the first break of the show here as we watch the home opener for the Bucks. Stay where you are. Mitch Keller back out to the bump here in a few moments. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Keller back out for his second inning of work. He'll face Samuel Basallo, and Basallo on the second pitch of the at-bat. A hard-hit grounder, but Mitch Keller able to stab it there on the mound and give a light toss on the first for out number 1. Great job by Keller. Don't think really Mitch Keller gets as much recognition as he deserves for his defensive work as a pitcher. I think he's one of the better defensive pitchers in the league. Doesn't really get all that much attention to it. Gets that first pitch, sinker on the corner there for strike 1. Do we have an ABS challenge here? We do. Dylan Beavers, the right fielder, tapping his helmet here, wanting a look at that challenge call, and it does not go the Orioles' way. About a fourth of that baseball width clipping the inside bottom corner. Close but no cigar for Beavers on the challenge, and it is 0-1 in the count now. So I guess now that puts the Pirates in Orioles back on even ground. Now both teams down to one challenge left for the ABS system today. And that hit there for Beavers is going to get through. Hard hit ball up the middle there. Diving Brandon Lowett got just underneath his glove and into right center field. Base knock for Beavers, and the Orioles, for the second consecutive inning, have a runner on. Now into the box, Jeremiah Jackson, I believe, was with the Orioles last year, but didn't see much playing time at the end of the season. He's now going to get a good extended look by the Orioles. No Jackson Holiday. I believe Holiday had some sort of wrist surgery back in the offseason, which knocks him out of this season for a little while. And this right here, it's Konnor Griffin at second base. Wow, on the first, Spencer Horwitz. Double play for the Buccos. Hit right back up the middle. Griffin shuffling his feet. Got to make the play. Short little flip to Lau to Horwitz. Routine. And not all that close. Double play there. So Keller gives up the single, but is able to roll the 2-ball there and get out of the inning. Also keeping his pitch count a little down right there. I mean, that was what, a 7 at most pitch inning for Mitch Keller. Got a second pitch. Yeah, got a 2-pitch ground out, a 2-pitch single, and then that might have been the second pitch of the at-bat to Jeremiah Jackson. So you're looking at a 6 or 7 pitch inning there for Mitch Keller. Very outstanding management there for him, workload management. About 50 minutes into the live stream here tonight, on to the bottom of the second inning. Orioles and Buccos, home opener 2026 for the Pirates. Konnor Griffin making his major league debut, and he will make his first big league at bat here, batting third in this second inning. I'm sure the crowd is going to give him a big pop. Also, wonder how he's going to do. Lots of people calling for Griffin to at least get an extra base hit. Some saying a leadoff home run for Konnor Griffin in his first big league at bat. I'm not going to make such predictions for Konnor Griffin to go yard in his first at bat, but I will say there is a little bit of power in that number he's wearing, number 6. I think we all remember Starling Marte many years ago in his big league debut, hitting a home run on the very first pitch he saw in the major leagues. Maybe Griffin could do the same. Quickly back from commercial here, the ball game, and the first pitch to the number 5 hitter, right fielder Ryan O'Hearn, is up and out for strike 1. Kyle Bradish back out there to work. His 20th pitch of the ball game. It's in there on the top corner of the strike zone. O'Hearn takes it. Count now to 1-1. O'Hearn, 144 games last season between his times with these Baltimore Orioles and the San Diego Padres. Swing and a miss. 85-mile-an-hour curveball that O'Hearn wanted every single stitch of, but he couldn't get a piece. Going against a good bit of old teammates here is O'Hearn. Ground ball here to the right side, but foul. O'Hearn, very likable guy and a team leader in that Orioles clubhouse. Many in the Orioles organization upset at him leaving and him being not brought back in the offseason. Very much loved by the opposing organization here today. Takes that. Curveball bounced on the plate. Damn near for ball number 2. 2-2 the count. O'Hearn awaits the pitch from Bradish. And that pitch up and in. A little bit of a limbo act there from O'Hearn counting out a 3-2. O'Hearn takes his timeout now with a full count. Maybe get a base runner on here for Konnor Griffin. Maybe. Still got Spencer Horwitz waiting behind Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn grounds that one away. Foul, 3-2. Still 2 strikes, 3 balls. O'Hearn, a .421 batting average. I'm just now noticing that. No, he's been hitting well, but .421 batting average to begin the season with the Pirates. Looking to improve on that average right here. The pitch from Bradish. Down low, and we've got a leadoff base runner here in the bottom of the second for the Buccos. Spencer Horwitz going to stride in. Konnor Griffin to the on-deck circle. O'Hearn not really much of a speed threat there at first, but Horwitz here, maybe he could move him up 90 feet, maybe even more. Here is Horwitz stepping in, left-handed hitter. 133 average to start the season, was one of the more consistent bats in the not-so-good Bucks lineup last year. 272 batting average in 108 games last year, his first year with the Pirates. One of the better trades that Ben Cherington, Pirates GM, has made. 1-0 to Horwitz, and that is ripped, smoked right into the camera well beside the Orioles dugout for strike 1. Horwitz was acquired from the Cleveland Guardians, did not play a game for Cleveland for 2 prospects and Luis Ortiz, and everybody knows what Luis Ortiz is up to nowadays. In trouble for potential alleged illegal gambling on baseball, so not currently in the MLB. There's another breaking ball from Bradish. That's been his go-to pitch here today, the curveball for strike 2 on Horwitz. Now 1-2. Horwitz uses his timeout. Step back in to the box here. 1-2. Can Horwitz stay alive in this at-bat? Not all that much of an aggressive lead from O'Hearn at first. The pitch from Bradish. Horwitz, ugly swing and miss at a breaking ball at his feet. Down on strikes. And here comes Konnor Griffin, ladies and gentlemen. A standing ovation for Konnor Griffin as he steps into the box. The first big league pitch seen by Konnor Griffin. Bradish, curveball, slider, actually breaking down and away. Griffin taking a big hack at it. Everybody on their feet at PNC Park. Griffin in the minors last year. .333 batting average. Looking to bring this potential to the big leagues. Another pitch from Bradish. Laid off by Griffin. Down and away for ball 1. PNC Park. Everybody locked in on the 19-year-old in his first big league at-bat. 1-1. Bradish delivers to Griffin. Griffin, another swing and a miss on the slider. 87 breaking down and out of the zone. Both swings and misses from Griffin on the slider. Now 1-2, steps back in. What sort of adjustments can he make here with 2 strikes? Bradish again delivers. Griffin, swing and miss, foul tip, but it was not caught. I thought it was caught there for a second by Rutschman, but he could not hang on. Griffin gets the tip of the bat on that baseball, and it goes off the end of the glove of Rutschman. Parents of Griffin and family and friends look on from the suite. The 1-2 to Griffin again, and Griffin lines this one. It's heading towards the left center gap, and it is down! It's a leadoff double! It is big league career for Konnor Griffin. Ryan O'Hearn is in the score. The Bucks are up 1-0. first big league at bat, a double for Konnor Griffin. Hoist the cone, baby. 1-0 Buccos, an RBI double for the 19-year-old from Mississippi. He gives the Bucks a lead in the home opener in his big league debut. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Konnor Griffin era. The crowd on fire. Let's go Bucks chants ringing out at PNC Park. Jared Triolo is now in. Hoist the cone. Let's go. The family of Griffin in tears as their baby boy just gave the Bucks the lead here. And now Jared Triolo slaps this one through the right side into right field. Griffin waved home. The play at the play. I can't talk. Konnor Griffin, he is amazing. Sliding into home plate. It's 2-0 Pirates. An RBI single for Jared Triolo. Absolute blazer. Konnor Griffin around the base pads. It's an RBI and a run scored for Konnor Griffin, his first at bat in the big leagues. A hug in the dugout from Brandon Lau, a hoisting of the cone in the dugout as well. Might as well put it on. Put it on. This team is unreal with this cone. Some magical powers from a simple construction safety item. Unbelievable. Now Henry Davis from a first-round pick in Konnor Griffin. 2 batters ago, now to the former #1 overall pick, Henry Davis. I believe back in the 2022 draft, 21 draft, not quite certain. 1-0 on Davis, and Davis rips this one down the left field line, and it is down as well. Into the corner. Triolo heading home, play at the plate. He is in there safe. Henry Davis in the second with a double. 3-0 Pirates. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. This is insane. Enjoy it, Pirates fans. Enjoy it. Oh my God. This is something to behold. I gotta tell you, if you are not watching this ball game right now, you really are missing out. A mound visit for the Orioles. Konnor Griffin. An RBI double. He comes around to score on the Triolo single. And then Henry Davis, a double down the left field line, scores. Triolo from first. This is some crazy, crazy stuff. They're showing all the highlights of Griffin, his parents and family in the suite reacting. There's Griffin sliding into home head first off of Triolo's hit, and now back to the top of the order. Catch your breath. You can't. Cardiac Pirates. 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. A jolt of lightning. Cruz now back in. Sees that pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. He had a strikeout back in the first. Can he now, a runner in scoring position, make an adjustment, come up big here? Bradish really working his 42nd pitch of the game, up and away, 2-1. Kyle Bradish really sweating here this inning. he's going to be damn near around 50 pitches by the end of this second inning, assuming he even makes it to that point. Still only just 1 out. Davis, the lead at second. And a step off here for Bradish. No throw back to second. Maybe trying to catch his breath a little bit, like the rest of us here for Kyle Bradish. 2-1. Cruz. Be a real appropriate time for a Cruz missile right now. I don't know about Yins. And that one down and away, but Cruz waving at it. Count now to 2-2. Bad swing and miss there for O'Neill. Davis still awaiting at second. Bradish here. Coming set again from the stretch. What's O'Neill got to give here? This one, ground ball through on the left side. They had Henderson shaded over second base. Henry Davis is in. The shift does not work in the Orioles' favor. It is 4-0 Pirates in the second inning. O'Neill Cruz, a dribbling single through the left side. Davis struts into home with no throw to contest. I mean, this is special, man. This is an unreal start to the home opener for the Pirates. You have got to be kidding me. Now Brandon Lau. 1-0. Ball outside for Bradish. Be a real nice time for a double for Lau. He had that in the first. Can he do that again? O'Neill Cruz most certainly scores on anything somewhat into a gap. Another pitch outside, 2-0. These Buccos, an offensive explosion. 2-0. The pitch to Lau, and Lau rips this one on the ground to the right side, but foul. And now action in the Orioles bullpen. Dietrich ends. The long inning reliever is up and warming in the O's bullpen. Pickoff move to first. O'Neill Cruz back in safely. Kyle Bradish here. This will be the 48th pitch of his outing here. He's got to really bear down here. O'Neill Cruz takes off for second. Throw down by Rutschman, and Cruz is out. It was a strike throw down there by Rutschman. Cruz could not avoid the tag. They didn't have an aggressive lead and had a good jump on the ball, but Cruz, that is really close, actually. It was a one-hop strike down to second by Rutschman. The Pirates are not going to challenge. 3-1 to Brandon Lau, and he swings over top of it for a 3-2 count now. Count goes full. The pitch, or the throw down by Rutschman, it beat Cruz by a mile. But the sweeping tag attempt from Henderson went across the front of the base so aggressively that Cruz's hand almost got in there. But I think he just barely hit Henderson's glove before the bag. 3-2 to Lau, and this one's fouled back in, up and out of play. Count now to 3-2. Count now stays at 3-2, I should say. Lau here making Bradish work. That pitch down and inside. Bradish walks him, and Brian Reynolds is going to come up here. That is 51 pitches in the ballgame now for Kyle Bradish. And if you're the manager for the Orioles here, are you going to let Bradish see the next batter? They're on the dugout steps, but no motion out to go get him yet. Brian Reynolds is now going to step in here 1 on, 2 outs here. Reynolds hits this one the other way, but foul to the left side. 0-1. Strikeout in the first for B-Ray. Can he help extend this Pirates lead at all here with some 2-out magic? 4-0. 0-1 on Reynolds. The pitch from Bradish, and Reynolds hits this one, but it is going to be out to left center field. Taylor Ward makes the catch, but what a energizing and hopeful inning that was for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It starts with Konnor Griffin, the 19-year-old in his MLB debut. Griffin able to get a 2-strike double in his first big league at bat. It brings home Ryan O'Hearn. Jared Triolo brings Griffin in on a single. Then Henry Davis, his double brings in Triolo. O'Neal Cruz, an RBI single to bring home Davis. Playing, hey, you get our guy in, then we'll get you in. 4-0 Pirates as we head here to the third inning. Got 8 of you in here right now. Welcome to the live stream. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here on the Pirates, Penguins, or Steelers. Again, we cover all 3 professional Pittsburgh sports teams on these channels, on this channel. Like, share in the comments section. Thoughts, questions, opinions, reactions to Konnor Griffin making a big play there in his big league debut. Get those in the comments section right now. SESR Data and Concepts were in there already here today. Mitch Keller now with a 4-run lead. Some insurance for Keller, who's already pitched quite well in this ball game. Some insurance he can go out and work with. Want to see Keller be a little bit aggressive here. He heads back out there. Let's go here, see what's going on Twitter. Reactions to Konnor Griffin in his big league debut at bat, first at bat, a double into the left center field gap. One of many in his career for Konnor Griffin that he's going to hit into that notch out there in left field. 100 and, or no, that was the Brandon Lau at bat. Wonder what was the velocity there on Konnor Griffin. Got 8, 9, and 1 due up in the Orioles lineup here. Colton Cowser supposed to be stepping in to the box right now, but he's got something in his eye, getting some drops from the training staff there. Konnor Griffin, his double that he hit, 105 miles an hour off the bat. That is scorched there from Griffin. Can't imagine a much better start in the first big league at bat there for the Pirates' 19-year-old shortstop. Now we resume action again. That was Mitch Keller's 23rd pitch of the ball game, matching his number to Colton Cowser. Cowser there squaring up to bunt. Ended up pulling it back. It's called a strike anyways. Count now goes to 1-1. You got Cowser followed by Blaze Alexander, the third baseman, and then back to the top of the order with Taylor Ward due up for Baltimore this inning. That one fouled off the end of the bat for Cowser. 1-2. Keller. Been in these situations many times before. Again, like I said, the longest tenured Pirate on the roster. Been here through the dark times, and now Keller going to see some of the good times here, hopefully, in the Skeens Griffin era. 1-2 changeup, not all that close, taken for ball 2. Cowser, a .333 batting average to begin this season, had a 196 average last season, so looking for a bounce back. Keller, 2-2. Cowser takes that changeup again. That one even worse from Keller. Previous one was well outside. That one hitting in the dirt. From 1-2 now to 3-2. Keller, got to be careful not to lose his man here. The full count pitch, and Cowser, no swing. Sinker, not located well, and Cowser's on here. Leadoff runner again here for the Orioles. Mitch Keller, hoping location's not going to be much of an issue here, given some of the pitches in that at-bat. Back to bump here, Keller. Pitch. Alexander right back to Keller. On to Lau at second for one. Back to first. That'll make up for it. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do there if you're Mitch. One pitch chopper straight back to him on the mound. Throw was a tiny bit wide to Lau at second, but Lau makes the catch and has plenty of time to get the throw on to first for the out. Double play again for the Pirates. Here's the pitch from Keller. Now back to the leadoff man, Taylor Ward, in there for strike one. Ward a walk back in the first. Keller, 0-1. Ward takes that one, just narrowly missed. Henry Davis might have thought about challenging that there for a hot second, but ultimately did not. 1-1. Keller to Ward. That pitch again close, but no call. Just missing on the inner half of the plate is Keller, but not clipping the zone quite yet. 2-1. Keller, sweeper, 81 mile an hour, just foul. Jared Triolo making the play on the foul line, but umpire threw his arms up. Top of the third. Pirates up 4-0. 2 outs here. Mitch Keller to Taylor Ward. The 2-2. And that one outside. Now 3-2. Went back to the sweeper again. Jared Triolo at third base there. Get a good look at him. His first home opener start, I believe. Now I won't say main man is that right there. That's a tiny bit of an issue. Mitch Keller, a 93 mile an hour fastball. He is shaking his head right now. That 93 mile an hour fastball, not all that hard of a pitch, and not one that, requires all that much motion to it. He threw that thing in the left-handed batter's box dirt. So that's worrying. Back to Triolo they just showed there. He and Nick Gonzalez now with Konnor Griffin up here. Going to be fighting for playing time there at third base with Griffin now up and Ke'Bryan Hayes leaving the team via trade last year. Gunnar Henderson now in 0-1. 36 pitches. Here's 37 from Keller, and this one slapped the other way. Reynolds in left, scoops it up, gets it in. It's a single for Henderson. And now the Orioles, is that their first runner in scoring position today? I think it might be. Great technique, picture-perfect technique hitting there by Henderson. Henry Davis is going to come out and give Keller a bit of a mound visit here. They talk about, how to attack Pete Alonso now. Maybe give Keller a breather, too. So now 2 on, 2 out. Here comes the polar bear, Alonso. A walk to Ward and a single from Henderson. Now the number 3 hitter in the Orioles lineup, Alonso. He could change this game in one swing. Make no mistake about that. and go from a 4-run lead to 1 in a blink of an eye. First pitch to Alonso. Sinker from Keller. Fouled away by Alonso. 0-1. Keller coming set here. Ward the lead at second. Here's the pitch from Keller, and Alonso flare and caught. Oh boy. A little bit of an optical illusion from the center field camera right there. But that pitch from Alonso was hit right back up the middle, and Brandon Lau, shading over second base, made the catch onto the bottom of the third inning, ladies and gentlemen. I believe it is going to be Ozuna, O'Hearn, and Horwitz due up for the Pirates. Konnor Griffin, let's see if he gets another at-bat here in the third. He'll be scheduled to bat fourth this inning should we get to him. Going to take a real quick break. Back here in a moment. Pirates coming back up to bat, leading 4-0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Home opener for the Pittsburgh Pirates 2026, off to just about as good of a start as anybody could have asked for. It is now the bottom of the third inning, and the Pirates with a 4-0 lead. They had an offensive explosion a now full inning ago in the bottom of the second. Konnor Griffin, his first big league hit was a RBI double, and then it was, keep moving the line after him. Ultimately led up to the Bucks putting up a 4 spot. Now Marcell Ozuna, hopefully looking to get the party restarted here in the third inning. And there's a big wave and a swing and a miss from Ozuna. Now 1-2. Sliders really giving Ozuna a fit here to begin this ball game, and really through the first 6 games of the season. 1-2 on the Bucks designated hitter now. Bradish still out there pitching for the Orioles. Really worked in that second inning. He's now already up to 57 pitches in this ball game. Might not see him reach the fourth inning the way that pitch count is looking. 1-2 foul by Ozuna. They do the 1-2 count again. Here's the pitch from Bradish, and Ozuna, foul tip off the leg pad of Adley Rutschman, the catcher for the Orioles. 1-2, still the count. Ozuna starting to battle here a little. Bradish comes set. The pitch to the Bucks cleanup hitter, and Ozuna, another wave and a miss. Down on strikes for the second time. Marcell Ozuna really struggling to begin his Bucks career. Doesn't look good, really, with a certain Pirates legend, Andrew McCutchen, getting off to a hot start with the Texas Rangers. The Bucks literally choosing Ozuna over McCutchen because of the power he possesses in that bat. But Ozuna, still hopeful he's going to turn it around. Just a really tough watch for him to begin the season. Ryan O'Hearn now stepping back in. His second AB of the ball game. O'Hearn in an 0-1 count. Bradish here, the pitch. And O'Hearn, that one right down the middle, but could not pull the trigger. 0-2. Fouled off the first pitch. Now watch that one pretty much go right down the middle. In an 0-2 hole now. Walked his first time up. Now at risk of striking out. And there it is, maybe. Yes, it is. O'Hearn down on 3 pitches. Took a half-hearted check swing at that last pitch there. A curveball that was down in the dirt. Could not hold up. Bradish here. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the inning. And now Spencer Horwitz back up here. 0-for-1 with a strikeout himself. And Bradish, he might have just said F it. The way he's pitching. Attacking Spencer Horwitz here. 0-1. Here's Bradish. The pitch, and it is down in the dirt for ball 1. Count now to 1-1. Konnor Griffin awaiting on deck again. Is he going to get an at-bat in back-to-back innings here? We shall see. Bradish comes set, the pitch to Horwitz, and Horwitz could not pull the trigger on that pitch in there. Strike 2. 1-2. Bradish here looking for a squeaky clean third inning of work. The 1-2, and Horwitz off the not the barrel of the bat, off the handle almost. It's a little squibber of a ground ball to the second baseman, Jackson, and that is going to be the inning. So, third inning in the Bucks, a third of the way through this ball game now. We head to the top of the 4th. Konnor Griffin will lead off the bottom of the 4th here. Mitch Keller going to go back out there to work. Kyle Bradish, believe his pitch count around 65 pitches, 70, somewhere in that range. So we'll have to see if he does get the chance to go back out there for the next inning of work. Oh, there you go. Don't mean to hit that there for a second. Looking here, 9 of you in here right now. Welcome. All of you in here to the Steel City Sports Report. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you do not miss a thing here on the Steel City Sports Report. Again, like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section. Your thoughts, questions, and opinions on this game. Pirates lead. Konnor Griffin's debut. It's all looking up right now. Arrow is pointed up for the Pirates here today. Konnor Griffin here. Some check marks being crossed off here per the Pirates Twitter account. First hit, first RBI, first teenage player since Juan Soto made his big league debut in 2018. Got a post here from Kevin Griffin, Konnor's dad, also a softball coach as well. God is good, guys. Hashtag train in trust. Indeed there. Good stuff. Really, the whole Griffin family. Watching interviews, seeing how Konnor Griffin is well-mannered and mature beyond his age. That whole entire Griffin family. Really, really likable and well-mannered people. Can't help but love them and be grateful that they are a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates family. Back to work here in the top of the 4th. They're doing a bit of a player spotlight on Konnor Griffin right now, talking to his family up in the suite. Keller faces the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Orioles lineup. He's his first opponent here, Adley Rutschman, in a 2-1 count now to the O's catcher. Griffin has seen a few balls get hit his way here so far today. Haven't gotten a chance yet to see him show off that hose and throw it across the diamond. He's only had a few ground balls that he's either needed to step on second base or toss to his double play counterpart, Brandon Lau. Still talking with the Griffin family. 2-2 here. Keller to Rutschman, and now down low, 3-2. Keller here, another count being worked full against him. This will be Keller's 45th pitch of the ball game coming up here in a moment. Pitch now from Keller, and that one a wild sweeper that he let go of a little bit too early. That sweeper was up and out of the zone. Never really had a chance of being a strike. Thank goodness it really wasn't a strike, because that type of pitch could have been clobbered by Rutschman had it, actually hit the zone. Another runner on base for the Orioles. Basallo now stepping in. Wasn't too long ago you saw Basallo, a highly rated prospect in the Orioles system, make his big league debut. He knows the type of pressure and emotions and butterflies Konnor Griffin is probably having here today. Fouled off the first pitch from Keller. Here's the 0-1 from Mitch. And Basallo, another one, fouled off. Pretty much the same exact thing happening 2 times right there. You had Basallo foul off both sliders off to the left side into the crowd. 0-2 now. Does Keller have a double play ball maybe in his repertoire still? He's rolled 2 so far today. Basallo fouled that one away. Count remains 0-2. 3 double plays here for Mitch Keller. That would be real nice. We'll see if he's able to do it. Wrapping up a sweet interview here with the Griffin family. 0-2 from Mitch, and this one hit into center field, the left center field gap. Oneil Cruz gives away to Brian Reynolds, who makes the catch. 1 gone here in the 4th inning. And we've known that has been a bit of an adventure so far this season for the Bucks. Oneil Cruz by himself having a few fielding gaffes in game 1 of the season, and then in the Cincinnati, or no, actually, I don't know. Was it the Cincinnati game? It might have been either the first game of the Cincinnati game or one of the final games of the Mets series. Reynolds and Cruz had a miscommunication on who was going to catch the ball in left center field. They were able to see the ball drop between them. Back in to the batter's box here, Dylan Beavers, the right fielder. 1 for 1 here today. Count now to 1-1 on Beavers. He and Keller do battle again with the leadoff runner, Rutschman, at first. There's a look at Griffin talking with the family of Bill Mazeroski, and that is actually a connection that I knew but did not mention to open up the show here today. You want to talk about a full circle moment. The Pittsburgh Pirates, all season long, they will be honoring the late, great Bill Mazeroski and his passing over the winter. They'll be wearing the number 9 patch on their jersey sleeves. Meanwhile, Griffin, making his MLB debut here today in the home opener, he was scouted and pretty much brought to the Pirates by Darren Mazeroski, Bill Mazeroski's son. Scout is the one who scouted Konnor Griffin. Little dribbler here to third base. Driolo cannot pick it. Damn it. Little swinging bunt off the end of the bat from Dylan Beavers. Jared Driolo playing well back as he was shifting there could not pick up the ball cleanly and try to get a throw off to first. So now it is runners at first and second with one away here for the Orioles in the top of the fourth. To the comments section real quick. Chad Schrader. What's going on, Chad? What's up? Let's go Bucks and Konnor Griffin. Already off to a hell of a start there, Chad. First at bat, RBI double for Griffin. Comes around to score, showing off the speed. Had a couple balls hit his way that he's fielded cleanly. I'd say an A-OK start for one Konnor Griffin. Might get some action here because 1-0, Mitch Keller. And this one hit to the right field side, but out of play. Jeremiah Jackson, the second baseman, up to bat now. 2 on with 1 out. Mitch Keller, the inappropriate time to get him a double play right now. See if he still has that pitch working. 1-1 to Jackson, and that is a beautiful sweeper right there. That Jackson swung through. Count now to 1-2. Keller at 57 pitches. Still wondering if there's action in the Orioles bullpen or not. Did not see any. 1-2 here. Keller, the pitch, and this one's going to be skied into right center field. And oh my goodness. What are we doing? Good news is, as a matter of fact, miraculous good news, the ball was caught. Bad news is, Ryan O'Hearn 100% called to catch that baseball, and O'Neal Cruz jumped right in front of O'Hearn, bumping gloves with O'Hearn to make the catch, and his throw back in didn't really matter all that much. O'Hearn obviously visibly upset that Cruz did that, but the out recorded all the same. That could be hopefully not an issue much longer, but that is not a way to make a friend there if you're O'Neal Cruz. A near unnecessary crisis averted. Pickoff move to first base. Sliding back in safely is Beavers at first. Adley Rutschman did move up to third base off of that catch by Cruz. Now it's the number 8 hitter, Colton Cowser, up. He walked earlier in the ball game, swing and a miss. It's that swing in the ball in 2 different time zones right there. Nasty breaking ball from Keller. 0-2. Keller trying to end the 4th inning strong. Cowser steps in again. Keller, his 61st pitch of the ball game. Here it is. And Cowser swings and misses. A nasty 90-mile-an-hour changeup again from Keller. And 2 get on, but they're stranded again for the Orioles. They have now left 5 men on base through 4 innings here today. And we head to the bottom of the frame with the Bucks still up 4-0. 8 of you in here right now. What is going on? Please come on in, make yourselves comfy. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like, share, leave a comment in the comments section how you're feeling about this ball game so far. Konnor Griffin, we're not going to go anywhere. He is going to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning, his 2nd career Major League at-bat. Hit a double in his first at-bat, picked up an RBI, came around to score. Won't be able to pick up an RBI this time around unless he, of course, goes yard. What's he going to do in his 2nd first impression? 9 of you coming in here, getting ready for Griffin to make his 2nd at-bat. Konnor Griffin wearing some custom cleats for today I'm seeing on Twitter. Got a brand new sponsorship deal too with Under Armour. That deal was made official, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Griffin wearing yellow cleats, a little Jolly Roger logo mixed in there, and he has his MLB debut date on the outside of the cleats, 4/3/26. A date Pirates fans are going to remember for quite some time. The home opener in the MLB debut for Konnor Griffin. See here, is there anything else new that is going on? There's a sick picture of Konnor Griffin and Paul Skeens sitting together on the bench in the dugout. The future is now for the Pirates, and Griffin, first pitch he sees in his second at-bat, that was a ball way inside, almost got him on the knees. He was able to jump out of the way. 1-0. Bradish out there for a fourth inning of work. 68th pitch of the ball game for him, and that pitch in there, oh, that was close. That was close. Curveball dropped in on the corner for strike one. Griffin again. The fans again rise to their feet. Here's the pitch from Bradish. Down and away with the fastball. Count now to 2-1. Everyone laser focused. Locked in on number 6 in black and gold. Bradish, his pitch, again down and away, 3-1. Konnor Griffin, maybe a chance to do something that was a rarity for him in spring training. One of the ways he did not make the big leagues out of spring training. Couldn't draw many walks. Did so 3 times in AAA. Can he do it here? And he will. Pitch up and in. Did that clip Griffin? It did not. Fans boo, and reasonably so. That's something almost you would see, back in the old school days of baseball, where, hey, I'm going to walk a guy, might as well make him earn it by hitting him. Don't think Bradish did that intentionally, but nearly clipped Griffin. Griffin draws his first big league walk and is on first here. And Konnor Griffin, one of those guys where if he's on first base, he might as well be on second. Got some blazing speed. We'll see if he tries to test Adley Rutschman, who already has one throw out in the game. Check at first. Griffin back in, sliding safely. Out now to 0-1 on Jared Triolo. Took a first pitch strike. Bradish comes set. Griffin takes his lead, doesn't go, and a half check swing there from Triolo made contact to foul it off. Count to 0-2. Will Griffin take off on 0-2? Getting talked at by the first base coach. Pitch here, Triolo again, and then to right field. Griffin trying to muscle it out to third. No, he put on the brakes. Oh, I thought Griffin took off there for a second. Couldn't see him. Jared Triolo. Now that he's got Konnor Griffin up here, maybe he's buying into the power of the cone as well. Jared Triolo turning into a bit of a slugger. Another single for him. Griffin to second, 2 on here with nobody out in the 4th inning. Henry Davis doubled his first at-bat. Can he do that again? First pitch in for a strike. RBI double for Davis brought home Triolo. Could bring home potentially both if he hits the gap. Count now to 1-1. Takes that pitch outside for ball 1. Kyle Bradish now, what's his pitch count at? He's at 96 pitches. Or at 76 pitches, excuse me. Approaching 80. Gotta wonder if he has any sort of pitch limit just his second start into the season. 2-1 now. Pitch misses outside again. Griffin stands at second. Has reached base both times to begin his big league career. Little bit of a hop step there and a pickoff at second base. Griffin was doing a little bit of some bunny hops like he might take off for third. Bradish shut that down. A pickoff back at second base. Griffin back in the head first slide. Here's a look at the MLB debut date on his cleats. Ground ball here, and Henry Davis is going to hit into a double play. It was right at the third baseman, Blaze Alexander. Alexander stepped on third for one and throw across the diamond a little wide, but Alonso was able to keep his foot on the bag, and almost a collision between Alonso and Henry Davis. That could have been catastrophic. Two big, bulky men nearly in a car crash. Jared Triolo was able to move up to second, and Oneil Cruz now will step in here with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. First pitch drops in there, and it's a ball. Check swing from Cruz, just held up. Count at 1-0. RBI single for Cruz back in the second, struck out to lead off the ball game. 1-0. Pitch. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That pitch was a good 3 inches below the zone. It was called a strike, and Cruz did not challenge. I get you want to be safe with your one challenge you have left, but that should have been challenged 99 times out of 100. 100 times out of 100, more accurately. Ground ball to Jeremiah Jackson, the second baseman. Easy toss on the first, and that'll do it for the 4th inning of play. We are halfway through the ball game, and the Pirates still up 4-0 as we head to the 5th. Keller back out for another inning of work. 9 of you in here. Stay where you are. Back here in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 5th here between the Bucks and the O's. The Pirates leading 4-0, but for the 4th time out of the 5 top halves of the inning we have played so far in this game, a leadoff base runner for the Orioles. Just a moment ago, a leadoff single for the number 9 hitter, Alexander. Now back to the top of the order, Taylor Ward. 2 walks today against Keller, so Mitch Keller, 63 pitches into his outing. Got to be careful here and lock in. There's a nice sweeper, 81 miles an hour. Started inside, ended up landing right in the middle of the strike zone for strike number 1. 0-2 count quickly on Taylor Ward. Can Keller have a rare moment of success against him? Not quite yet. That pitch misses. 1-2. I think Keller is most controlling pitches that he's had here today. Maybe the sinker and the sweeper. Changup's been hit or miss, and the fastball has been not all that good. There's the sinker, one of those super controlling pitches. Gets Taylor Ward looking for the strikeout. Maybe one that could have been challenged with the ABS system, but it was right there on the bottom corner of the strike zone. Might have just clipped the strike zone, but you can't know for sure. And this is going to be trouble. First pitch swinging for Gunnar Henderson. It is a line drive right down the right field line. Throw comes in and, oh my goodness, could not be picked by the cutoff man, Brandon Lau. Konnor Griffin ended up getting the ball. The runner from first, Alexander, comes all the way around to score. And Henderson ended up at second base. It is an RBI double for Gunnar Henderson, and the Orioles, they are on the board. They've been threatening all game long. Now they finally are able to break through. It is 4-1. Now steps in Pete Alonso. Alonso swings and misses through that first pitch. 0-1, fastball top the zone. Strikeout and a line out on Alonso's ledger so far in this ball game. Henderson takes the lead at second, and foul ball here. Alonso chops it to that tarp in left foul territory. 0-2. Keller, his 70th pitch of the game. Henderson, the lead at second. The pitch from Money Mitch, and that is in there below the zone. Ball bounced in the dirt. 1-2. Alonso got some serious pop. Everybody knows. Keller got to be careful. 1-2 from Mitch, and that is not going to get a call. 2-2. Henry Davis made it look prettier than what the pitch actually was. Count now even. Keller, the pitch, 2-2, and Alonso fouls it back into the netting behind home plate. Count stays even. 4-1 the score. Mitch giving up his first run of the season, actually, through 6 scoreless innings against the Mets last Saturday. Now facing Alonso, and he gets him down swinging. Nice sweeper there from Keller. Going back to one of his more effective pitches here today. He gets Alonso lunging. And that'll now give him 2 outs in the inning. Now here is Adley Rutschman, the catcher, batting cleanup. Pitch from Keller. Rutschman, first pitch, swinging, and he fouls it off. 74 pitches from Keller. You have to wonder whether Keller could maybe be reaching the end of his day. Don't think there's any action in the Pirates bullpen quite yet. But Donnie Kelly, through their first starts of the season, he has been very conservative with pitch counts. Keller again on the 0-1. Fouled off again by Rutschman. I think those were a pair of changeups there from Keller. That Rutschman could only get a piece of. Dietrich ends back up and warming in the Orioles bullpen. He actually looks like he might be coming in here in the bottom half of the 5th. Keller, no noticeable action in the Bucks bullpen. I thought I could see off in the distance Johan Ramirez getting up and warming. And now this one's going to be flared into center field and down. And now in the second with a double, it is Adley Rutschman. RBI 4-2. Orioles cutting the deficit in half. Damn it. That one hit really into no man's land. O'Neal Cruz thought about diving for it, and then the ball short hopped him and it scooted away there a little bit. That might have bought Rutschman the extra 60, but it won't matter. First pitch swinging for Basallo. It is a grounder to Spencer Horwitz, and he is going to step on first. So the Orioles do some damage, but the Pirates still have the lead. It's 4-2. So we head to the bottom of the 5th here. Due up for the Pirates this inning. It's like it'll be the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters. You'll have Lau, Reynolds, and Ozuna due up. Lau 1 for 1 with a walk and a double. Brian Reynolds 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Marcell Ozuna 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He is 1 strike 3 call away from wearing the golden sombrero here today. I'm looking here at some of the other things going on Pirates Twitter right now. Everybody having a good old time seeing the debut of Konnor Griffin. There's a still shot of his family up in the suite. Dad fired up, pointing. Looks like mom and sister hugging. Wife excited for Konnor Griffin. Brothers clapping. How can you not be a fan of Konnor Griffin? Looking here at the video of Konnor Griffin in the dugout when he scored back in the 2nd inning. I think Jake Mangum might have taken over the role as the new might have taken up the role of the hoister of the cone. That's his job now. See in here, there's a cone in the bullpen as well. Looking here at a still shot on Twitter, it looks like there's 2 cones. We've got double cones here for the Pirates. There's a cone out in the bullpen, and there's a cone in the Bucks dugout. So Hoist the Cone has taken over here fully. Back here to the action, the Bucks batting here, bottom of the 5th. Brandon Lau steps in here. Also, apparently, the Pirates misspelled O'Neal when they were introducing players. They have it O-N-I-E-L. The E and the I need to be switched. 0-2 here on Brandon Lau to kick off the bottom of the 5th. Indeed, Dietrich ends. Left-handed reliever for the Orioles is in to pitch. Just misses with that change-up. Count now to 1-2. He'll be facing Lau, the lefty, and then he's got 2 righties, Reynolds and Ozuna. Reynolds will switch over to bat right-handed, which actually, I think, Reynolds throughout his career, the more power side of the plate for him has been the left, but the better contact side has been right, and he has been a better right-handed hitter than he has been left to begin the season here. 1-2 on Lau, and that pitch outside still taken. Count now even at 2-2. Ends come set. Wow. Trying to stay alive, and he'll do so, fouling that one away. That pitch was well above the zone, but was able to get a piece of it. Count stays even. Seeing, scrolling through Twitter here, someone has got a Bucko name of the past. A Clint Barmas jersey has been spotted in the PNC Park crowd. I wonder how many oddball jerseys you are seeing at the Pirate game here today. Not as many as Penguins games, but a Clint Barmas jersey. That is a real blast from the past. I got no room to talk, actually. This yellow Pirate jersey right there, as Brandon Lowell watches one right in the middle of the zone for strike 3. This right here, Bucks legend for about 2 years, maybe 3 at most, Corey Dickerson, one of my favorite short-term Pirates. So, yes, we all got some oddball number 12 jerseys. Barmas and Dickerson. Brian Reynolds now in third AB for him today. 0-for-2. There's a look at Paul Skeens, Braxton Ashcraft chatting it up on the top railing of the dugout. 1-0 on Reynolds, now 2-0. Breaking ball down in the dirt, misses. Last year, Reynolds 720 OPS, 16 home runs. Bit of an oddball year for him. Wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't typical Brian Reynolds numbers we're used to seeing from him. Now 3-0. Will he take, or does he have the green light? Ends come set, the pitch, and indeed Reynolds is taking. Watches that hittable strike. 3-1. 0-2. Ozuna awaiting on deck. And that pitch also in there. Just on the inside half of the plate. And Reynolds now takes his time. Call. From 3-0 to 3-2. Donnie Kelly looking on. There's Jose Negron. Or no, that is Chris Negron. My apologies. The bench coach for Donnie Kelly. 3-2, fouled off by Reynolds. Actually took a chunk out of Adley Rutschman. Had to shake off the cobwebs a little bit. Reynolds now steps back in. Umpire gave Rutschman a time to shake it off. Full count. Pitch from Ends to Reynolds, and down low, ball 4. Bucks got a base runner. There we go. Only for Marcell Ozuna to come up here and strike out. Sure, everybody is really juiced and hyped about that. 8 of you in here right now. Welcome to the Steel City Sports Report. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a thing here again. I only say, here comes Marcell Ozuna to strike out because it's worked in baseball. It's worked maybe a tiny bit in hockey as well. When I am critical or pessimistic about a player and what they're about to do, they only end up to turn out doing something well. Trying a little bit of reverse jinxing and psychology here for Ozuna, but not working on that swing. Bites on that breaking ball in the dirt, swings through it. Count now to 1-1. Reynolds taking his lead at first. Not a huge lead either. Pitch from Ends, and that nearly in on the feet of Ozuna, and Brian Reynolds could not move up. Ozuna here saying, or he's still standing in the batter's box. Thought he might have acted like it hit him there for a second. Apparently not. Reynolds doesn't move up. Ozuna doesn't get hit. 2-1. ends the pitch. And that is up above the zone, 3-1 now. Rare hitters count here for Marcell Ozuna. He's got a excellent count here to maybe take a big swing here. Show off some of that power. 3-1 ends before the pitch, a pickoff to Reynolds at first. And actually it was Alonso that had to do a little bit of a contortionist act to grab that ball. Now we back to 3-1. Ends. And again, a pickoff move. Had Reynolds maybe leaning, but Reynolds diving back in safely. And now 3-1 here. Ends. That was his second pickoff attempt. Cannot throw over again unless he gets Reynolds out. Pitch from Ends. Ozuna, foul. Challenged him with the fastball right down the middle, and Ozuna somehow late on it. Might have been expecting another breaking ball. Fouled it off near the Orioles dugout. Count now full. And if you're Ozuna, what do you sit on here? For being honest. Was expecting the breaking ball, got the fastball, gets the fastball on that 3-2. That's outside. Back-to-back walks for Dietrich. Ends, and the Bucks in a favorable spot now. 1 out. Reynolds and Ozuna on to run, and Ryan O'Hearn. Another power bat. He's facing a lefty, though. And before we get to O'Hearn's at bat, the pitching coach for the Orioles is going to come out and talk to his guy. O'Hearn here against the left-handers. Been all right, not to be confused with great. We'll see here if he can come through in a big spot. Spencer Horwitz, who awaits on deck, he last year had great success against lefties as a left-handed hitter himself. If maybe O'Hearn can find a way to keep the line moving here, fill up the bases, you get Horwitz. And if Horwitz ends up, striking out, you'll bring up Konnor Griffin with the bases juiced. Ends after the pep talk from his pitching coach, back to work, fires in a first pitch strike. 0-1. Got my hand here on the cone, ready to hoist it at a moment's notice. 0-1. Ends, comes set. The pitch again, O'Hearn, and this one's going to be blocked by Rutschman. Moving up to third and in there, safe. An aggressive run there by Brian Reynolds. The pitch in the dirt, it was blocked by Rutschman. It bounced actually up the third base line, and Rutschman got to it pretty quickly. The throw to third was close, but Reynolds able to get in there. And thank goodness Reynolds slid with both hands, because his initial hand actually landed on the foot of the third baseman, Alexander. That was the left hand. The right hand gets the bag before the tag is applied. Reynolds moves up 90 feet. Ozuna did not. Runners at the corners now. 1-1. O'Hearn. In this one, a little check swing, and it only rolled a couple of feet away. Foul. Rutschman was ready to pounce on it just in case it was fair to maybe make a double play attempt. 1-2 now on O'Hearn. Ends. Coming set. Lefty on lefty matchup. The 1-2. And O'Hearn nearly getting clipped by that one. 2-2. Ends. This will be his 26th pitch of the inning here. This is his only inning of work so far, so he is really working right now. Pitch to O'Hearn, and O'Hearn hits this one out to right center field. Over to make the catch is Cowser, but that is plenty deep enough for Brian Reynolds to come across and score. And the Bucks give up 2 innings, or give up 2 runs in the top of the inning. O'Hearn gets one of them back. 5-2 Pirates off the RBI sac fly for Ryan O'Hearn. Good stuff there. Good piece of hitting for number 29. Now Spencer Horwitz steps in. He sees that pitch outside for ball 1. 0 for 2 with at least 1 strikeout for Horwitz. Can't exactly remember right now what he did in his second at-bat. That pitch there from N's control issues. The sweeping breaking ball missed outside. Now the fastball way inside almost hit Spencer Horwitz. Definitely buzzed the tower. 2-0 now count. Or 2-0 count now on the Bucks first baseman. And now 3-0. Ends at risk of a 4-pitch walk here to Horwitz. It'll put 2 on for Konnor Griffin, who's awaiting on deck. You know Griffin, being the competitor he is, salivating at a chance here to come up with a pair of runners on. Ozuna, the lead at first, ends the pitch right down Broadway on Horwitz for strike 1. 3-1 now. Ends up past 30 pitches in the ball game now. Here comes number 31 to Horwitz, and Horwitz pops it up. It's to the left side, but out of play. Count now full. 3-2. It indeed was a strikeout and a ground out for Horwitz. Did not think he struck out twice in this ball game. Other one was a ground out. 3-2. Ends trying to finish his fatigue-filled inning, and it's outside. Ball 4 was close, but no cigar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Konnor Griffin is going to come up here. Already an RBI double to his ledger here in this ball game. He's got 2 on here with 2 outs. A double and a walk to his line, and they're keeping Ends in there to face him. Lefty on righty matchup. Griffin versus Ends. Ball 1 up high. Big spot here for the 19-year-old. The PNC Park packed out crowd. Sold out, rises to its feet once again. 1-0 to Griffin. But before that, step off for Ends. Was looking to maybe throw to second base for a pickoff of Ozuna. Did not decide to do so. Count still at 1-0. Here's the pitch to Griffin. Inside. 2-0 now. Hitters count for KG6. Double, walk, run, RBI. His stat line reads here tonight. 2-0. And that is in there just on the outer half of the strike zone. 2-1. There's a take from Konnor Griffin. Can he be aggressive now? He's seen it. Now hit it. 2-1. And that is, oh boy. I'm glad he didn't ABS challenge that, but man, that call could have gone either way. Maybe just a single stitch of that baseball hit the strike zone. 2-2. The pitch, Griffin, and it is, rung up, and Griffin's going to ABS challenge. It's going to be close. That one looked like it was just a little further out from the pitch was called a strike a moment ago. ABS challenge for Griffin, and good call. Good call. That one just 2 centimeters outside the strike zone. An eagle eye call for the ABS challenge for Griffin. And now count runs full. 3-2 to Griffin. The pitch from Ends. And Griffin, that pitch was inside, but his check swing, the ball hit the bat. 3-2. Ends now will be one pitch shy of 40 here with this next throw. Still a full count. First and second, 2 outs. The pitch to Konnor Griffin, and swings and misses. 95-mile-an-hour heat up and in. A pitcher's pitch. Griffin, first strikeout in his career. But hey, made him work. Bucks able to get across one more run to make it 5-2. Now on to the back third of this ball game. Top of the 6th, around the corner. Mitch Keller, I assume, going to go back out there for another inning of work. 5-2 Bucks. Back here in a moment. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 6th inning here, Bucks and Orioles. Here's a look at a new fan area outside PNC Park. A new sort of plaza they built for fans to get drinks, food, entertainment, watch the ball game on a big screen as well. Taking a bit of a tour of that place right now. They did so also in the pregame. Back to the action here. Got Keller back out there again for the 6th inning here. 3-1 count to Dylan Beavers. It's going to be popped up left side of the infield, caught by Jared Triolo. 1 away here in the 6th. Keller been very efficient here in this ball game today. Had an inning or two that have been quick innings for him, pitch count-wise. When he's gotten in danger, he's been able to get out of it unscathed for the most part. Looking to keep his success going, and that'll help with the pitch limit. And a one-hopper, Konnor Griffin at short, the first time we've gotten to see him throw across the diamond. 1 pitch and an out for Keller. Griffin lets the ball get 1 hop, charges it. Strong throw to first. Textbook shortstop play right there. Excellent for Konnor Griffin. Now you've got Colton Cowser back in, making quick work of the 6th and 7th hitters in the lineup. Can Keller do the same with the 8th? He's at 84 pitches. You would assume this would be the last inning for Keller. 0-1 in the ball game today is Cowser. That 0-1 was a strikeout. He's walked. 1-1. Keller gets a strike in there. That pitch down and in. Ball 2 now. This one now off the foot. Keller pitching there. Count to 2-2. Fastball bottom middle of the zone. Fouled away. Keller, his 88th pitch of the ball game here. Cowser steps in. Keller, the pitch. And this is just going to be a half swing chopper. Horwitz, glove hand flip to Keller. Excellent defense there. Horwitz fields it with the glove. Doesn't even take it out of his mitt. With the bare hand, flips it to Keller for the final out of the inning. That was a easy breezy top of the 6th inning for Mitch Keller. Now we go to the bottom of the 6th. The bats able to maybe get Keller a little bit more run support. We'll see. He's at 88 pitches, 89. Do you put him back out there for one more batter? Do you go to the pen? I think that might be it. Would not be shocked in the slightest if you come back from this commercial break and Mitch Keller is getting hugs in the dugout. Seeing what's going on Twitter right now. Or on the board in the 2nd inning for the Bucks. It's when they did most of their damage. Jalapeno Hanna winning the first pierogi race of the year. Seeing that on Twitter. Seeing tons of videos from the crowd of Konnor Griffin's first hit, too. Konnor Griffin has taken over the timeline, ladies and gentlemen. There's a picture from No Context Pittsburgh. Fans did indeed bring cones, both full-sized and miniature, into the ballpark today. Travis Williams, Pirates president, said, hey, cones are good. Konnor Griffin, in addition to specialized cleats today, he also has the knob of his bat personalized as well with the date of his MLB debut. Back here, bottom of the 6th. New pitcher on here for the Orioles, and it's a former starter in their rotation. I believe this is Tyler Wells on the pitch for the O's. Wells, a former starter, now left to being a bulk relief role type of guy. Count 1-1 on the number 8 hitter in the lineup. It is Jared Triolo, the big tree. 2 hits today, 2 for 2. Must have taken those calling for him to ride the pine with Griffin up here personally, because, man, is he hitting today. 2-1 on Tree. Wells, the pitch. Triolo right down the middle. Takes it for strike 2. Wasn't ready for the heat. Going across the Pirate dugout here with the camera. There's Bubba Chandler. And that pitch just out. Oh, come on. Pitch was outside. Jared Triolo check swing. Thought for a second he didn't bite, but he gets rung up by the first base umpire. It was close, but 50-50 coin toss with that swing. Does not fall in Triolo's favor. Now it's Henry Davis, 1 for 2 today. That pitch in the dirt. Ball one. Hank Davis. Nice stroke of the bat for a double. His first at bat. Been cutting down on strikeouts too to begin the year. Davis went through a complete reconstruction of his swing in the offseason. Paid off for him tiny bit in spring training, waiting for it to truly come to form. 1-1 on Davis. And Hank, don't help him here. Pitch up and in. Swung way through it. Count now to 1-2. Oneil Cruz on the on-deck circle. Waiting. Here's a look at Jacob Stallings in the dugout right there. Former Bucko, one of my all-time favorite defensive catchers. The Toad, they call him, Stallings. And this is, oh my goodness, what a play at third. And safe at first is Davis. Jeez Louise. Smoked on the ground down the third base line. Henry Davis, diving stop from Blaze Alexander. And I have no idea what happened. Davis might have stumbled out of the box because he was like way wide in the foul territory. Ended up getting to first, and upon review there, he's going to be out. Diving stop from Alexander. Davis maybe not chugging it out all the way to first base, or maybe here. Now that I see what Davis did here, Henry Davis, that diving stop from Alexander, Davis intentionally went wide into foul territory, like he thought it got past Alexander. It didn't, and Davis was shocked that Alonso got it at first. The official review, it's not a challenge for the Orioles. Davis is out. Yeah, Henry Davis, he thought that ball got past Alexander, which is, that's odd because Davis, he watched that ball get caught by Alexander, I thought. He watched that hit go down the left field line in the diving stop by Alexander. Have no idea what that was from Henry Davis. Oneil Cruz, one pitch fly out to left center field, so that does it for the inning. I mean, even if it does, go down the line past Alexander, Davis doesn't really need to take all that much of a wide turnaround first, because you've got the notch there where the fencing kicks out. That's probably going to be a tough play to handle for Taylor Ward. Could go into the corner, could kick off back out into the middle of the field. Just a tough break there for Henry Davis, man. Tough break. Has the just wow. No words for that. No words. Rare gaffe by Henry Davis. On to the top of the seventh. Quick break here. Be back in a minute here. Top of the seventh, right around the corner. Okay, here we go. Top of the 7th inning, ladies and gentlemen. Pirates going to a new arm out of the bullpen. Mitch Keller's day is done after 6 quality innings from him on the bump today. Reached the 88 pitch mark. On now, a guy the Bucks have gone to quite a bit early on in the season here. Got Yohan Ramirez now toting the mound for the Buccos. Was here with the Pirates, I'd say, at the beginning of this dark age the Pirates are hopefully coming out of. Ended up going to a couple spots for a few years and then joined back up with the Bucks, I think, last year. And the first batter here out in center field, Konnor Griffin can't get to it. It is a leadoff single for Blaze Alexander. Little bloop single into center field. Konnor Griffin going back for it, could not catch up to it. O'Neal Cruz got it in quickly to the first baseman, Horwitz. And Horwitz almost making the tag on Alexander to record the out, but he was safe. Another Bucks reliever warming in the bullpen here. So Ramirez with a short leash got Mason Montgomery, the left-handed flamethrower, up and moving. Now the top of the order for Ramirez. Taylor Ward steps in 0 for 1 today. Had a strikeout and 2 walks earlier. Alexander takes his lead at first. That pitch up and in on Taylor for ball 2. And Henry Davis is going to very quickly trot out to the mound to try to calm down Yohan Ramirez here. Seeing if he's good. Davis, very quick discussion. Pat on the back. Back to work we go here. And pitching coach Bill Murphy, he is now going to come out as well to talk with Yohan Ramirez. Interesting number for Bill Murphy, too. Quickly taking over David Bednar's old number is Murphy. Actually, guess it's not all that bad. Pirates gave Bednar's number to Evan Sisk, a left-handed reliever they acquired for Bailey Falter at last year's deadline. And then now it's the pitching coach's number. Got Alexander on first, Taylor Ward in a 2-0 count in the heart of the order coming up here. You would assume Mason Montgomery. Is it still a rule where you have to go 3 batters here? Or was that rule taken out? Because Mason Montgomery is warming up in the bullpen. You got the lefty batter, Gunnar Henderson, on deck. I was wondering if potentially here you could bring him in. Was stuttering my words there for a second. You had a congregation of the umpires on the field there. I wonder if they were trying to figure out if it was one pitching, one mound visit or 2 there, because Henry Davis, he came out to the mound to talk with Yohan Ramirez, and then as Davis turned and got about halfway back to home plate, that's when Bill Murphy came out. So I think the umpires were discussing if it was going to be counted as 2 mound visits there, because Davis's mound visit was pretty much over. Had that been counted as 2 mound visits, that would have meant Ramirez would have needed to be taken out of the ball game, but also thought he had to face 3 batters here, so that's a little loophole there. You got to wonder. 2-1 now on Taylor Ward. Ramirez pickoff move and close, but back in safely is Alexander. Orioles multiple times in this ball game have had leadoff runners to begin the inning. Only a few times they've been able to get that run across, and now trouble. O'Neal Cruz quickly fires in, relay to the plate, and in there safely. Alexander Taylor Ward lines one into the left center field gap. Hard to tell because of the sun whether Oneil Cruz had a chance to catch that ball or not. Could have dove for it maybe, but it was just out of his reach. It got all the way to the fence, and Alexander, who was stuttering his way to second base, ended up turning on the Jets and scoring. It's an RBI double for Taylor Ward, and now it is Gunnar Henderson up, representing the tying run all of a sudden here. 5-3, the Orioles scratching across another run. Now deficit down to 2 for them. 0-1 here. Ramirez pitch to Henderson. Grounder to the right side and foul. Back here to the comments section for a second. Brandon Schutz in here. Welcome, Brandon. I'm doing all right. Hope you're doing all right yourself. We are doing all right. Like I said, going to try to keep up that mindset throughout the game here today. With the Pirates and the vibes around the team, the promotion, and hopefully here soon extension of Konnor Griffin. How can you not but be feeling good about these Pittsburgh Pirates? 0-2. The count now remains on Gunnar Henderson. Another foul off for him there a moment ago. 0-2. Ramirez trying to finish off Henderson, and Henderson drives this one out to center field. Oneil Cruz coming in, makes the catch, and a strong throw to the infield here is going to hold that runner. Ward at second. Good play there by Cruz. And that is going to be out number 1 of the inning. A big 1-2 there for Yohan Ramirez. Now steps in Pete Alonso. Most likely going to be Ramirez's last batter of the day here. Got the righty on righty matchup with Alonso. A lefty, well, I guess switch hitter in Rutschman waiting on deck. First pitch to Alonso, misses down and away, 1-0. It's a matter of Donnie Kelly which way he would want Rutschman the bat. Lefty or righty? I think lefty is Rutschman's more natural side. This could be bringing in Montgomery for that one batter. Another pitch here outside, four-seam fastball location. Not doing too hot right now for Yohan Ramirez. Two 2-0. Ramirez set. Pitch here to Alonso, and this time he gets the call. That one was still outside, but he got the call and no challenge from Alonso. That is going to be a very fortunate event there for Ramirez. 2-1. Pitch to Alonso. Outside, but no swing. Checked it. Did Alonso. Did not get the call. 3-1 now. Oof. Right at the cusp of it being a swing. Just barely held up. 3-1. Ramirez, the pitch, and that one sweeper catches part of the zone. Strike 2. Count is now full. 3-2. Ramirez to Alonso. Big spot in this ball game. The pitch, and Alonso fouls it. 97. Bottom of the zone. Got a piece of it back to the netting behind home plate. Count still full. We got a cone hat in the crowd. Hoist the cone here. Hopefully that applies here to the pitching staff. Alonso ripper down left field line, but well out of play. Count remains at full. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat between Alonso and Ramirez. Ramirez, it'll be the 19th pitch of his outing. 3-2. Alonso, oh my goodness, does not get the call, does Ramirez. Henry Davis is challenging with the ABS. He thinks it caught a piece of the plate. Did it, though. To the review. And oh my goodness, are you kidding me? By the slimmest of hairs. 1 centimeter outside the strike zone. Davis does not get the call. Even though it was damn close, I do not blame him for challenging. And now that puts 2 on with 1 out for Baltimore. Yohan Ramirez is going to exit, and Mason Montgomery, the left-hander, is going to come into the ballgame. Now, gut check time here for the Pirates. New pitcher coming on. Back here in a moment. Stay right there. Welcome back. What once was a comfy 4-0 lead for the Pirates is now getting a little bit tight. 5-3 here, top of the 7th. Adley Rutschman up to the plate here for the Baltimore Orioles with 2 on and 1 out. And that first pitch from the new guy on the bump, Mason Montgomery, almost went in and got him. Lefty pitcher to the switch-hitted right-handed batter now with Rutschman, and that next pitch there is fouled away. 1-1. Rutschman here 1 for 2 today, batting in the cleanup spot of the order for Baltimore. Montgomery, the pitch, and that one is down low. Or no, it doesn't. That's called a strike. Low in the zone. Called a strike, 1-2. Huge spot here for Montgomery. High stakes, high pressure. One swing from Adley Rutschman could tie up this game or give Baltimore the lead. The 1-2. And fouled away. Rutschman getting a piece yet again. Count remains at 1-2. Got the first baseman, Alonso, at first. This one, Chopper here, shortstop Griffin. He's only got 1 play here to first, and he's able to get 1 out right there. Good play by Griffin. Short Chopper had to charge it. No chance, really, of turning a double play with the aggressive secondary lead from Pete Alonso. Might have bobbled that ball in his mitt for a second. Yeah, had to make sure he had the right grip. And he strong throw to first. Got the out. Now it's Samuel Basallo, the catcher. who is now in. Oh, and 1. Pitch to Basallo. Swing and a miss. 99 mile an hour. High and inside heat from Mason Montgomery. Not sure too many people are going to make contact with that or have much success if they do. 0-2 now. Montgomery pitch. Oh boy, 100 from Montgomery. And that pitch was a good 1.5 feet above the strike zone, and he still got Basallo to swing at it. Made contact. 0-2. Montgomery, the pitch. Basallo, swing and miss. Tag from Henry Davis. An excellent tightrope job there from Mason Montgomery. He is able to strand 2 runners on base, gets a ground out, and a strikeout there. Just outmatched, overpowered Basallo right there. He stood no chance whatsoever. And we are on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Excellent stuff from Montgomery. The Bucks here, another chance to add some insurance to their lead. You got due-up for the Pirates coming up here. The heart of the order. Lau, Reynolds, and Ozuna. Wonder what relief pitcher they will be facing as well. Will it still be Tyler Wells, or will the Orioles go to the bullpen again, with this being a tight game? So far, looking at the Bucks lineup here today, Cruz 1 for 4, Lau 1 for 2, Reynolds, Ozuna, and O'Hearn are 0-4 in this game. O'Hearn with a sacrifice fly. Spencer Horwitz 0 for 2. Konnor Griffin 1 for 2. Had a double in his first major league at bat. Picked up an RBI along the way. Jared Triolo 2 for 3 today. He's really showing off, hey, I can hit, unlike what some of you may say. Henry Davis 1 for 3 with a single and a run batted in. 3 of the 5 RBIs in the Pirates lineup today have come from the bottom 3 hitters. Crazy depth there for the Bucks that you couldn't imagine seeing something like that last year. The final stat line on Mitch Keller, too, by the way, went 6 innings, only gave up 2 runs on 6 hits, struck out 4, but also walked 4. Seems like Pirate pitchers have walked a good bit of batters to start the season. But hey, it is early. Hoping to reel it in later on as the season goes. Brandon Lau, his 3rd AB of the game. Or, excuse me, 4th. I think he might have walked earlier. 1 for 2 with, I think, a double to his ledger in the first inning. 0-2, though, on Lau right now. Wells still pitching out there. Delivers. And that is in the dirt. No thought of a swing whatsoever from Lau. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Wells to Lau. Again, down low for a ball. Count to even at 2-2. There's 2 nice pieces of the Pirates' future side by side in the dugout right there. Konnor Griffin and Bubba Chandler on the top railing. Lau, ugly swing and a miss. Had a change up and out of the zone. That's out number 1. Right next to Chandler, though, was Jared Triolo. But then right past him, you had Paul Skeens, arguably the 3 most crucial players to future success for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Griffin, Chandler, and Paul Skeens all in one picture right there. Brian Reynolds, hitless today. Steps in here. A walk in the fifth, came around to score. 245 batting average last year for B-Ray. Wells delivers to 1-0. Reynolds flares this one out to left field. Backtracking is Taylor Ward and making the catch for out number 2. Ward there was frozen when that ball came off the bat. And then he ended up catching it on the run back towards the warning track. And I see why. They just showed the flags out there in left center field. They are blowing straight out, so maybe you get a decent hold of the ball. The wind might carry it. A guy who needs no help from the wind when he gets a hold of one, Marcell Ozuna stepping in, takes that first pitch for a strike, 0-1. This is quite interesting here. Dennis Santana warming up in the bullpen for the Buccos. That could mean multiple things. This pitch, on the corner, but not called a strike. Ozuna taking that one. Might have been an ABS challenge for the Orioles, but they declined. 1-1. Wells set. Ozuna. The pitch. That one in there at the knees. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter for the Bucks. Marcell Ozuna. Wells trying to finish a tidy 7th inning, but that one is down in the dirt. Count to even at 2-2. Ryan O'Hearn awaits on deck. O'Hearn, back in one of the first games of spring training, hit a home run against his old club, I believe. Ozuna here, hard grounder, was pulled so much it almost hit the third base coach, Tony Beasley, but he was able to step out of the way. 2-2. Again, Wells v. Ozuna. Here's the 2-2. Ozuna pop up here. This is going to be right side of the infield. Pete Alonso there, making the easy grab, and we're through 7 in Pittsburgh. Now on to the 8th inning, and very intrigued to see what Donnie Kelly will do. He had Dennis Santana up and warming in the bullpen. That could mean either Mason Montgomery is going to stay in there, I believe, and you could see Montgomery maybe face a batter or two, and then you turn it over to Santana for a 4 or 5 out save. Or you got Dylan Beavers coming up. I think he's a lefty. Jeremiah Jackson, and then Colton Cowser, another lefty. Right, Dylan Beavers. Yeah, he's a lefty. And I'm just now seeing, okay, Dennis Santana is coming in on MLB.com here. So Santana is coming in the 8th, the Pirates' closer, but he's been sort of splitting closing duties with Gregory Soto. So I wonder if they're going to have Santana face Beavers, Jackson, and then you got Cowser. Is he a switch or a lefty? No, he's a lefty. So I don't know. The way Mason Montgomery was easy breezy through the 7th when he came in for Ramirez, I don't understand why we're, at the very least not going into Gregory Soto. We're going to Dennis Santana instead. Because then when let's just say for, best case scenario's sake, that Santana goes 1, 2, 3. You got then Soto facing 2 lefties, or the lefty pitcher Soto facing 2 righties, and then Gunnar Henderson. So maybe some interesting thinking here from Donnie Kelly. I would at least have Mason Montgomery faced Dylan Beavers here, and then you bring in Santana. How I would have done it, but we'll see how it plays out. We got an additional substitution to Dennis Santana entering the ball game. Jake Mangum, defensive specialist, he is in here, and a 1-pitch, 1 out for Dennis Santana. Grounder right to the second baseman, Brandon Lau. That'll work there for Santana. Pitched in 4 of the first 6 games this season. Had 1 hold. Don't think he's recorded a save yet this season, and he's not going to unless he goes maybe 6 outs here. Doubt he would pitch the 9th. Now it's Jeremiah Jackson. Or no, it's is this a pinch hitter here? Yeah, this is a pinch hitter. So Jackson's out of the ball game. We got a pinch hitter here. It's going to be number 30 for Baltimore, waiting for them to pop up who that is. 0-1 from Santana. Now is outside for 1-1. This is going to be a Leody Taveras, the former Texas Ranger, who is pinch hitting here for Jackson. There's Soto, pitch in there, strike 2. Caught a little bit of the outer half of the strike zone. 1-2. But Taveras had a solid spring with the Orioles. Takes his time out, now steps in. Soto, the 1-2. Pitch. And swing and a miss. Pinch hitter, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, says Dennis Santana. 2 away now in the top of the 8th. Making quick work of those 2 men did Santana. And now you got the number 8 hitter, Colton Cowser. Santana, the pitch. Down low, ball 1. Santana, just 6 pitches used to get the first 2 outs. The 1-0 from Santana. Down low again. 2-0. Tried back-to-back change-ups to get a swing from Cowser. He spit on both of them. Santana set. The pitch. Fastball at the knees. 95 miles an hour. Two and one. Griffin. Pitch. Or Santana pitch. Sorry, they showed Konnor Griffin there for a second. 2-2. 0 for 2 with a walk back in the 3rd inning for Cowser. Santana with the count even, trying to finish a tidy 8th inning of work. The pitch, grounder, left side, Triolo scoop, throw to first, gets him by half a step. And we are off to the bottom of the 8th inning. Good stuff there from Dennis Santana. 1, 2, 3, top of the 8th. And now, maybe the last chance to extend their lead for the Buccos here in the bottom of the 8th. O'Hearn, Horwitz, Griffin due up. Back here in 1 moment. Final break of the afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Last chance with the bats for the Pirates to extend their lead before the 9th inning. It's the 5, 6, 7 guys who are looking to do so. Oh my goodness. 1 pitch and 1 out for the new pitcher Garcia, Rico Garcia, out of the bullpen for Baltimore. Ryan O'Hearn, not wasting any time, ripped one on the ground to the right side. It was a diving stop to the right for Pete Alonso, and he flipped it on to the pitcher for the first out of the inning. Ryan O'Hearn being aggressive, but did not pan out. Spencer Horwitz now stepping in here. 0 for 2 today. The Bucks first baseman. Pitch up above the zone for ball 1. Horwitz, a walk in the 5th. Pitch here from Garcia, 1-0. Now at the knees, strike called. Count goes even at 1-1. Konnor Griffin waiting on deck. Garcia, the pitch. And in there, strike 2. Borderline pitches. Called strikes on Horwitz. Count to 1-2. Can Spencer keep the at-bat going? The pitch from Garcia. Horwitz, grounder. Right side, Alonso again and again over to make the catch and step on the base. It is the pitcher, Garcia. And now for most likely the final time today, Konnor Griffin in his big league debut is going to step into the box. 1 for 2. An RBI double, a walk, and a strikeout swinging is his stat line tonight. What has he got for his at-bat finale here today? Pitch from Garcia. Oh, in there for strike 1. Borderline gets the call again. No challenges remaining for the ABS system for the Bucks. 0-1. Garcia to Griffin. Pitch outside, ball 1. Count even at 1-1. Look at the Bucks bullpen indeed. Gregory Soto is up and getting ready to come into this ball game for the Bucks. 1-1. Garcia, Griffin. Oh, just a little half swing. Right back to the pitcher. Garcia on to first for the out. Garcia and Pete Alonso, the pitcher and first baseman, factoring in on all 3 outs that inning. The final there, Griffin, a half swing that he didn't want to commit to, and it was just a soft tapper right back to the pitcher. But hey, nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever for the Bucks' young phenom shortstop. Finished the day, most likely barring a collapse here in the 9th from Gregory Soto. 1 for 3. An RBI double. Definitely made quite the first impression today. Did Konnor Griffin. The official attendance today at PNC Park as we head to the 9th. 38,986. Just 14 shy from 39,000 people at the ballpark today. A sellout crowd for opening day at PNC Park. Awesome stuff. Also, speaking of awesome, did not mention this at the top of the show. Awesome first pitch today as well. Saw Kendall and Giles, 2 Buccos legends, get to throw out the first pitch. That was awesome to see those 2 legends of the past kicking off this season where future legends are being grown in the form of Griffin, Chandler, Skeens, Cruz, Ashcraft, those types of guys. Seeing many more angles here of Konnor Griffin's first hit. Everybody in the stadium loving it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the ninth. Gregory Soto is on to shut things down here for the Buccos. They'll face 9, 1, and 2 in the Orioles order. First guy, the 9-hitter. No gimme out here. Blaze Alexander swings and misses. Or swings and gets a piece of it, after taking a first pitch strike. It's 0-2 now on Alexander. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Each time he has reached base here today, Alexander, he has come across to score. So this is a massive first out to get here for Soto. The pitch up and above the zone. Count now goes to 1-2. Soto is a former all-star closer back when he was with the Detroit Tigers. Bounced around a couple of other organizations, including these Baltimore Orioles, if I'm not mistaken. That 1-2 pitch just missed outside. Count even. 2-2. Soto, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Massive out number 1. Gets Alexander to chase the breaking ball up high for the K. 1 down here as the lineup turns over here for these Orioles. To the comment section here for 1 second. Charles Adderley in here. Welcome, Charles. See your comment. Great afternoon. All on the live stream broadcast. Appreciate that, Charles. Glad to have all of you in here for this home opener for the Bucks, hoping to end it on a high note for Konnor Griffin's debut. Count quickly to 0-2 on the leadoff hitter, Taylor Ward. Soto firing a strike right in there, challenging the O's left fielder. 0-2, Soto to Ward. The pitch up and out again, 1-2. Cranking up the velo there, Soto up high. Maybe setting up now a breaking ball down low to get a chase from Ward. The pitch from Soto again. High heat. 97 well above the zone. Now he's really got Ward locked in on the heater. Do we drop in a slider, change up, something like that? There it is. Sweeper popped up down the left field line, and it is going to just get into the seats. Criollo, Griffin, and the new left fielder, Jake Mangum, who came in as a defensive substitution last inning, were all converging on it, but none of them had a chance to catch it. Konnor Griffin there, glasses on backwards on his baseball cap, locked in on that ball all the way. 2-2 now, again to Taylor Ward. Pitch again, there's the strikeout, slider, filthy, from Gregory Soto. By the time Ward realized it was going to be well inside, he already well committed to the swing. Bad look on the check there, and now 1 out away from the Bucks being 1-0 at home this year. Soto, first pitch in there. Strike 1 to Gunnar Henderson. Quickly set again. Soto, the pitch. Fly ball to right side. No, it's in foul territory, and it gets into the seats. That contact off the bat looked like it was going to stay in play there for a minute. Ryan O'Hearn, or no, Spencer Horwitz was looking at it. Went into like the third row. 0-2. Soto quickly getting into another favorable count, trying to end the ball game. The pitch, Henderson foul. Back to the screen, keeping the Orioles' slim hopes alive at least for one more pitch. Soto comes set again. The pitch, and again Henderson makes contact to fight it off. Soto trying to find his put-away pitch. Get the Bucks their first home win of the season in the home opener. The pitch again, laid off by Henderson. Started his swing, but shut it down immediately on that sweeper from Soto. Count to 1-2. Soto again. Henderson drives this one to right center field, backtrack, wall, and gone. Are you kidding me? Konnor Henderson. He fought and he fought to keep the at-bat alive with 2 strikes. And on 1-2, a mistake pitch from Gregory Soto. He leaves the slider starting in, and then it wound up breaking right to the middle of the zone, and Henderson did not miss a thing. A home run by Konnor Henderson to make it 5-4 and bring up the tying run, Pete Alonso. First pitch strike. 99 on the sinker from Soto, and now everybody clenches up a little. Lefty on righty matchup, Soto v. Alonso. Power bat Alonso swings through 0-2. For the 4th consecutive batter, Soto gets out to an 0-2 start. '20th pitch of the outing coming here from Soto. Can he now end the ball game? Strand the tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss! Let's go! Down on strikes goes Pete Alonso. Hoist the cone and raise the Jolly Roger, the Pittsburgh Pirates, above 500. They move to 4-3 on the season. They get the first win at PNC Park this season in the home opener in Konnor Griffin's debut. Final score, Pirates 5, Orioles 4.
Okay.
Raise the Jolly Roger, ladies and gentlemen. Hell of a ball game there for the Bucks. The juice, the excitement, the energy, the anticipation for this ball game at PNC Park, the most highly anticipated regular season game in the 25-year history of that stadium. And damn, did it deliver. The Buccos coming off a thrilling series win against the Cincinnati Reds. They bring the bats with them to this one, put up a 4 spot in the 2nd inning. Konnor Griffin, an excellent debut from that young man. The first of many excellent performances ahead of him. 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Didn't show any sort of blunder out on the field with the glove. Griffin now going to be talking here on the TV. Going to mute for a second, listen into what Griffin has to say, if you don't mind. Konnor Griffin talking right now post-game after his big league debut. Gave a shout-out to the fans. Ryan O'Hearn came out, gave Griffin the ice bath, brought out the cone as well. Still listening in on Konnor Griffin's post-game thoughts after his MLB debut. That post-game interview right there for Konnor Griffin. If you want in about a 120-second sound bit of what Konnor Griffin, the baseball player and the person, is all about, that's what it was right there. Selfless, giving credit to the fans, the teammate, his family, saying, hey, let's keep on doing this. Let's keep on hoisting the cone, raising the Jolly Roger. Very well spoken by the new kid on the block, Konnor Griffin, the #1 prospect in all of baseball, the most highly anticipated debut since Mike Trout. And Griffin going to take the cone with him back to the clubhouse. He gets a hit, an RBI, scores, makes a couple of web gem plays in his MLB debut, and the Pirates, again, victorious, 5-4, the final score. They win in the home opener, 2026. That is going to do it here on the live stream here this evening. I want to thank you all for joining me, watching the home opener for the Bucks and Konnor Griffin's debut. Wouldn't have missed watching this game for the world on stream for a little over 3 hours, almost 3.5 here today for opening day at home for the Bucks. This was awesome. Want to thank all of you who stopped by throughout the show here today. Thank you to all the commenters in the comment sections. Concepts, SCSR Dad, Chad Schrader, Brandon Schutz, Charles Adderley. Appreciate all of you chiming in throughout the broadcast. On your way out, if you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications so that you never miss a video or live stream here on this channel. Again, like this live stream, share this live stream in the comments section, please, after the fact. Your reactions to this game here today and reactions to Konnor Griffin's debut and predictions for the rest of the season now that Griffin is here to stay in the big leagues. Please get those in the comment section. I'm sure here at some point over this weekend we will get official word of Konnor Griffin's extension, assuming that that does indeed get across the goal line like what some reports suggest. So we'll be on watch for that as the Bucks take game 1 against the Orioles. They got 2 more this weekend to win as well. Let's go Bucks. Hope that all goes well. And we'll see you back here on Monday. If the situation permits, we might go live for the Griffin extension when that officially gets done. But right now, next scheduled live stream, we'll be back here on Monday for another regular news edition of the Steel City Sports Report. That's going to do it here for today. The Bucks win 5-4. Please, all of you, have a great weekend. Have a happy and blessed Easter. We'll meet back here on Monday. The Bucks victorious in their home opener, 5-4. Konnor Griffin, it's real. He is in the big leagues. The Griffin era begins with a win.
Okay.